They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. Raw Molly got me all up in demon mode. Mouth moving like I done put clean in my nose. Tryna catch me up, I can leave with some hoes. He standing straight up, watch I make him lean with this pole. Would've thought he was closed, how that heat made him fold. Thought it was a game, he won't think no more. His brain's gone, nigga. It be exciting when I get to striking. Guns sound like thunder, hit you like lightning. Fight for your life, we don't do no fighting. We really hit it, nigga. We worse than savage, they calling us Vikings. Police be riding, we still be sliding. Told you we hit us, remember the time. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really tripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really tripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. How about I leave them holding like the Bible? AR-15, that's a high-power rifle. A in the army and assassinate rivals. Break that shit down, nigga. AK or anybody kill. Hop out, get the drilling and spilling. 7.62 gon' split 'em. LN, that's for any fuck nigga. You a plug, then I'm pulling up, nigga. You my lunch, eat these bullets for dinner. 5.0, eat 'em up, eat 'em up. SK, smoke killer for show. Drum rounds and cripple ops Draco. I got them all, you don't want none. I got all those shit, nigga. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really tripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I can squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really tripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I can squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. Y'all know what the fuck going on around here, nigga. Y'all nigga keep talking about you want smoke. You can't catch me on social media, my
All things salute, King, salute. Peace and blessings, peace and blessings. I know KQKC running a little late, so a few people will be a little late coming over, but what's good, everybody that's here right now, what's good? Let me get the link ready to put in the chat. You know how we get things started. What's going on, everybody? I might play the intro song again in a little bit because I know a few people mad they missed it. They said they love that song, so you know, it depends. All things, what's going on, brother? I see a lot of people, boy, they worried about this next fight for Ron. It's going to be okay. Jermall Charlo versus Jose Benavidez. That's going to be a hell of a fight. But I think they get back in the groove within the third and fifth round. The third and fifth round, they're going to pop it back out. It's going to be great. It's going to be great right there. But yeah, Earl is over there in England, over there with AJ right now. Let's see. Bob Arum and Tim Bradley and Roy Jones have all told Terrence Crawford that if he's to fight Canelo Alvarez, he's going to lose. That's what we've been trying to tell these Crawford fans from day one. Look, we know you this and that, but you can't hurt that man. And if you can't hurt that man, ain't no use you getting in there. Oh, that's cool. That's what's up, all things. You know, KQKC, he's starting to finish it up now, so most people will be over after he finished. You know, I just left early to get started. But, yeah, a lot of people think Crawford can do something, but Smoking Bud Revenge, salute, King. The link in there if you want to hop up here early, bro. But yeah, a lot of people think Terrence can do something. He ain't gonna be able to do that with Canelo, man. Like I said, it's like a pit bull versus Chihuahua. Like, size matters, and people don't realize, like, the juggernaut. You see, they hit the juggernaut with everything. But once the juggernaut gets to rolling, it ain't nothing they can do about it. Like, people don't realize that's why they have divisions. That's why you don't see a 118 pounder jumping up to fight a 130 pounder. He doesn't have the power. I'm gonna give you the best example. My man Nonito Donaire. He's a hell of a fighter. He's a Hall of Famer. Nonito Donaire at 118 is not the same Nonito Donaire at 122 or 126. When he went up in weight, Nonito Donaire wasn't knocking people out as much as he did at 118. But Nonito Donaire has that power. The reason is it's weight classes. And Nonito Donaire, Coach Amber, salute. Nonito Donaire is already a first ballot Hall of Famer. But as he got older, you see he dropped back down to 118 because power differentiates and resonates differently with the different weights. So when he was at 127, he wasn't knocking people out as much as he did at 118. Like his power was different at 118. It was much more resounding. As you get bigger in weight, as you growing up to your regular weight, your power can increase. But once you reach, it's called a peak. Once you meet your direct input with your direct output, then you'll get to where you're most balanced at. But once you go over what you output with your input, then your power won't carry. I'm gonna drop the link, Coach Amber. We up here talking. Bud Revenge, what's going on, brother?
Hey, what's going on up there, Shalon?
Man, I can't call it. I cannot call it. What's been good with it?
Man, but I see the title, man. What's up with Tim Bradley? What he talking about now?
Oh, well, Tim Bradley was, he's Bud's best friend just about. But A1 Hoops on, salute, King, salute. Yeah, Tim Bradley was saying that Bud needs to stay away from Canelo as well. And Tim Bradley is the Bud hype machine. Now, Tim Bradley saying that, and Tim Bradley don't really like Canelo like that.
Yeah.
Like, the reason why Earl would fare better against Canelo than Bud would, people got to realize Earl would be much better at a higher weight anyway. Earl's a big guy. And Earl has a different type of power at a different weight class. We've all known that. Like, we know Earl's bottled up his power. And Earl is a much bigger and a bigger frame. Him and Canelo basically got like damn near the same frame. They almost Earl a little bit taller than him, but they damn near got the same frame. And Earl, he's a big guy.
Mm-hmm.
So Earl would acclimate the 160 a lot better than Bud would. See, Bud's a small, fleet-footed fighter that started from a lower division.
Yeah, I don't think that Canelo Bud fight happening, man. I mean, what sense do it make? We just seen what happened when Jermall felt that power when Jermall fight at 54. So I mean, Crawford can talk all the skills you want. Canelo not. He's not going to be weight drained, bro. Like that's his weight class. So I don't get why he feels as if on the outside looking in, he can just go up to 68 and beat Canelo. Like it sounds good.
And a lot of people may not like this, but Earl would fare better than Bud would at the higher weight because Earl is bigger than Bud. Like Earl has been crunching down to the smaller weights. Like they said they would rather see Floyd said Earl would be best at 168 or 160. They don't say that about Bud. Earl has that frame. And Earl has a lot of power that people don't realize. And like I told people, Earl power will get stronger like Bud's did. As Bud came up from 135 to 140, you see his power increase. That's the way Errol Spence's power would be because he's the same way Bud was moving up. Coach Amber, welcome to the chat. Akello King, peace and blessings. My man,
Salute to the chat.
Peace and blessings.
I just wanted to pull up to the table, just see what was on the menu today.
It's always a plate right there for you. It's whatever you want to cook. It's a buffet right there. I put the plate on the table and I tell my co-host, eat what you want. You feel me?
Yeah, we're going to have to start calling these sessions the table.
Hey, that's a good idea. I might start doing that. All I do is put the spoon, the fork, and the plate and tell y'all to get what you want. You feel me? Like my man say, Jada said it. He said, "What you know about throwing 30,000 on the table and tell your niggas keep what you want?" But yeah, what I was saying is, a lot of people might not agree with it, but like I said, Errol Spence would do a lot better at a higher weight than Bud would. Errol Spence power would carry up there because he's bottled himself up right now at 147. Now he's 154. You gotta realize that's only his second division. Bud's in his third division. If he go to 154, that'll be his fourth division. See, Floyd even came out and said Earl will be great at 160, 168. So Earl and Canelo could still be on the wall. Canelo got to get his lick back at 154. Then he go up and fight Jenna Big at 160. That'd be a great fight.
Just off the top of your head, because I don't know how many divisions did Floyd compete in.
Floyd competed at 130, 135, 140, 147, 155 division. He was a 5 division champ.
So 5, right? And I believe what Canelo. No, Canelo is he at 5 or 6?
Canelo 154, 160, 168, 175. This is fourth. 175 was his fourth. 168 is his third. Canelo started at 154.
And then Pacquiao at 8.5, right?
Pacquiao started at 118. I mean, I think it was 116. I know he was at 118, 122, 126, 130, 135, 140, 147. Yeah. Did Pacquiao fight at 155? If so, that was an 8 divisional, or he went down below 118. But I know
They call him an 8 division, but I think one of them was like the IBO or
Yeah, he
something
won
that's
the
not,
IBO belt. Yeah,
I
he
mean,
really
but you know
shot.
the
like something
IBO,
that's not recognized as
they recognize the IBO as one of his belts because they say he won in the division. So when you know Tank is a 3 division champ.
Yeah, but in the 4 belt era, like it's not widely recognized. That's why I call it 7.5.
Well, you know Tank is a 4 belt. I mean, a 3 division champ, and then 135 he has the WBA regular champion, well the WBA World Heavyweight Champion, the same belt that David Morrell has, the
So
same
he's
belt.
the regular and not the super, right?
Yeah, but you know the WBA regular, the WBA World Champion was the belt. They didn't make the super until Lomachenko beat what's the dude that knocked Devin Haney down? That hit Devin Haney and rocked him. Linares.
Linares.
When he beat Linares, that's when they turned that belt to the super.
So it's like the franchise diet franchise light.
Yeah, WBA is the franchise because you don't have no mandatories. Mike Biz, salute, King.
I thought was it the U.S. government that told them that they needed to consolidate some of those belts?
You know, the WBA, they
Yeah, on the
consolidated at one
WBA.
point.
Yeah.
The WBA at one point had 5 belts. They had the WBA Super, the WBA World Championship. They had the Platinum, they had the Diamond, they had the Intern. That was too
And
many.
that was a couple years ago that they ordered them to do that, but yet still have not technically done that, right?
But they did it in all the divisions. Tank, the 135 division is really one that had it. That's why Roland and Tank had to fight too. But consolidate that last one. Yep. Because when you box, having that championship, it brings more revenue to a fight. But you got to pay a 3% sanctioning fee. So the sanctioning bodies are getting paid, and you're getting more revenue in your fight because you can say that you're a world champion. And so they was using that fact. But you was having too many people considering themselves champion and calling themselves champion, And the fanfare, they were starting to get annoyed by it, so they broke it down. Because you got all these champions, but to be honest, the WBA Super Champ, that right there didn't come about like it wasn't always like that. And see, if you really want to look at it, Canelo never had the Super Champ. Really?
Out of everybody, I feel like the IBF is the most consistent. Although everybody wants the WBC, it's it's the sexiest, but they be on some BS.
The only time
The
I see the
IBF,
IBF,
I feel like it's most consistent.
yeah, but the IBF bent the rules a little bit with Earl. That's the only time I see it because that's the big fish. But usually the IBF they're right there on it. You know what I'm saying? The IBF don't play no game. Roll the plug, salute King.
How so? I think I might know, but how so? I think I might know, but I ain't gonna give you the answer.
All right, the IBF, they were supposed to force Earl and Boots, honestly. But they didn't because, Earl was the bigger draw. And you got to realize if Boots would have got that belt, the sanctioning bodies, they get paid when a fight happens. So when Earl got the belt, they're getting 3% of Earl's check. So like Earl, but see, when Terrence and Earl just fought, each sanctioning body got 6%. You know that?
Yeah, but unifications, supposedly triumph mandatories.
Yeah, they supposed to. But
They're supposed to.
Yeah, but Boots was the intern. And plus, Boots had been that way for about 2 years. Like, he done been through, like, 3 title eliminators. But what's crazy, right? They wanted that unification because in the unification, both fighters is paying for that belt. So, Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence, they just, together, they made around $60 million, right? So, the sanctioning bodies are going to get 12%, both of them. So, they getting 24% out of the whole revenue, right? So let's think about it. 24% of 60 million. 50% is 30. 25% is 15. So they got around 14 million out of Earl. Earl and Bud paid about 7 million apiece, right? They paid about 7 million apiece in sanctioning fees. So the sanctioning bodies got about 14 million. So that's about, let's say, roughly about 3.5 million per belt. So each of them belts got about $3.5 million. So they came away good. Now let's just say if Boots had the belt and he makes about $1 million or $2 million a fight, and his opponent makes about $250,000. Okay, let's say that right.
Well, I just have a question because, like, I've always said Olympic style, like, as far as just boxing, pure boxing, I got 25 years in the game. I will never claim to, be an expert in the
Hold on.
business.
Rachel and Donito, the king and queen of the ring, salute, peace, and blessings.
She would be the perfect person to ask.
I'm about to drop the link just in case you want to hop up here. Rachel, let me drop the link. Because Rachel
Because because I have a question as far as like the unification.
Hey, Rachel and Donito, can y'all jump up here, please, if you can? Yeah, they'll let you know. I'm glad she came through right on time.
Rachel is somebody that I look up to as a trainer. Like, I really feel like man, that from female trainer to female trainer, she is definitely somebody that I look up to.
And Nonito
Like, she up there with Ann Wolf to me.
Oh, they said they're eating. And Nonito can explain what I said a little while ago too. Rachel and Nonito, because they both have moved up in weight. When Nonito was when Nonito moved up from 118, his power carried. Nonito, like I said, your first bout of Hall of Famer. His power carried as he moved up in weight. But his power didn't affect the opponents as much as it did at 118. Because as you move up in weight, they can sustain more damage. Plus, they can take more that's coming at them. Am I right? I mean, Rachel Nonito, can you explain that? Because I try to explain it to them. I tell them the more that you can take and the more you can dish out, they can as well. That's why they have weight divisions for a reason. That's why I said no matter what Bud does, if he goes up there with Canelo, he can be snack strong and all that, but people don't
Bud
realize.
doesn't realize his punch resistance will go down. Like
Yeah.
it'll go down.
Okay, well, we'll be here for a minute, Rachel Nonita. Appreciate it. But this is what I was trying to explain. Like, Bud has to get acclimated to the weight. Like I said, y'all remember Bud when he first got the 147? When he was fighting Jose Benavidez, them punches was lifting Bud off the ground. The third round, 40 seconds left in the third round, he got lifted off the ground twice with body shots. It won't happen to him now, but this is what I'm saying. Canelo got hit 18 times by Jermall Charlo with clean shots to his chin. Like, Jermall caught him with counters. He caught him with check hooks. EB Sweat-a-Lot, salute King. He caught him with check hooks. He caught him with straight rights. He even caught Canelo with a counter, a straight counter. Canelo threw, Jermall dipped, and came with a straight, and it was a counter. Jermall caught him flush. As soon as Jermall caught that man flush, Canelo dropped his hands and went into like a predator stance in which he was like he had mitts on his hands so he can catch and shoot. The man was not affected by Jermall's power at all. And after he took Jermall's best shot, because it's the shot that you don't see coming that hurts you the worst, he got hit with a counter. A counter is a shot where you're throwing your punch and you're extended and you can get caught with the maximum amount of damage because you can't protect yourself as the shot's coming into you. Nobody wants to set themselves up to get hit with that. But when you do get hit with that, then you can assuage and gauge your opponent's power and what you can do with it. And Canelo got hit just like that, and he dropped his hands. When he got hit like that, caught unaware and unguarded, he realized there's nothing that this man can do to hurt him. So Jermall, he was put in a precarious situation of what I told people: when you in a ring with somebody and you hit them with everything and nothing you can do can hurt that person, that right there, it touches your willpower, and that right there, it forces you to bring everything out because you know you can't hurt them. So you got to beat them with your brains. That's what I said. Boxing is 90% mental and 40% physical. Because if you can't hurt them physically, you got to mentally frustrate them and do what you can do to survive. And Jermall, he kind of went along with it and kept going, but people saying Bud to get in there and do this and that. Bud would get knocked out versus Canelo. Especially if he fights the way that people are saying they want him to fight, it would be dumb. Bud can catch Canelo with his best shot, with Canelo's hands by his waist, and Canelo's going to keep coming. And I'm just being honest. How you doing, Rachel? Peace and blessings. How's it going?
Hey, what's up? It's Friday. I don't know where the days go. Jesus Christ.
Hey, when I was young, I used to wish for the days to go by this fast. Now I'm hoping they slow down.
Yep. Give
Well,
me 2
Coach,
seconds. I'm going to put you on mute real quick. Hold on.
okay. And y'all make sure y'all give it up for Coach Rachel. You know, that's the wife of legendary boxer Nonito Donaire. First ballot Hall of Famer. Yes, sir. And she's also a fighter and a coach and a trainer and a manager as well. She's like a jack of all trades. She did it
And a
all.
Dude, her
homeschool
strength and
teacher.
conditioning is fire. I've seen some of your strength and conditioning. Fire.
I ain't
Let,
even
let,
gonna
Oh,
let
lie.
me
thank you.
give you
And
your
look,
flowers, ma'am.
I'm kind of embarrassed. I'm a male, but I've done some of her strength and conditioning things too as well. So I'm gonna just say that. Hey, Key, I'm gonna drop it for you, but you know we ain't gonna say that to everybody, Coach Rachel. But you got a couple things, Coach Rachel. Can you explain to them what I was saying about the power and how it carries up? Because you know Nonito, he was knocking people out more at 118 than 120 than when he moved up,
Yeah.
and he had more power moving up. It's just how the people is when you move up. Can you explain that?
Yeah, I mean, most of the, I would say all, I would say 99.9% because I don't ever like being completely inclusive always or nevers. But the majority of fighters their walk around weight is from 10 to 20 higher than the weight division that they actually are fighting in. So when you look at that calculation, Nonito usually walks around 130, 135, drops to 118. When it comes to somebody who's a 126er, you can guarantee they're walking around almost at 150, which actually Carl Frampton was one of the ones after, Nonito had lost to Walters. We went off to go fight Carl Frampton. And after the fight, we became friends with Carl. And he asked Carl, like, what did you walk in the ring at? He was like, 150. Nonito was probably at best 135, 137. When he walked in the ring with Carl. He could never put in, he couldn't, no matter how much he lifted, no matter how much he ate, he couldn't get more than, as far as training and eating. Now, if I was just to like gorge him in food without training, for sure I can get him to 140, 150, but it's not going to be useful.
It's not going to be useful weight because, the average human can put on 8 pounds of muscle per year. So anything above that, it's not helping your body. It's slowing you down and causing more energy.
Yeah. So that being said, like jumping into, higher weight divisions is really difficult considering that they're only walking at that higher weight division. They're not training at that higher weight division. Nonito, when he gets to about 10 to 12 rounds of sparring, will drop about 6 to 8 pounds in that sparring session.
And I'm sure a lot of that has to do with the high metabolism.
And the water weight. He's getting rid of the water, the fluids.
Yes.
Sparring is the best way to cut weight. People don't realize it because you're working all your muscles, all your body. And, you got to keep going. Like, it's a high rate. You can burn over 10,000 calories in 2 rounds, honestly.
Yeah. So that's how we know, like in the beginning of camp, Nonito will walk around at 135. As camp starts moving, he's walking at, about 6 rounds, he's at 130. By his 12 rounders, he's coming out of the ring at 124. So, we have to be.
I'm taking notes here.
If you think about, if you think about that whole breakdown, and you liken it to the fight. So, assuming the exact same things that we were talking about, and Nonito was fighting at 126, walking into the ring about 135, 137, and he drops back down because of the 12 rounds, you're looking at him being at 130, 129 at the end of the fight. Whereas Carl Frampton walked in at 150, possibly he's at 140. But still, that huge gap between the two is a big thing. And in all honesty, when we got in front of Carl Frampton the day of the fight, we didn't account for how wide all of a sudden his body structure was going to be, which caused Carl to effectively smother Nonito's punches because his range of motion for his punch was smothered before the full impact at the end.
Yes. See, that's what I was telling people. And see, Canelo has a wide frame as well. And people don't know, Bud get up there, he's going to smother Bud. Plus, it's nothing really in the book that Bud can do that could really hurt that man. Jermall, I feel like Jermall's a bigger puncher than Canelo because he's been at the 154 division. And usually if you're in a higher division, you punch harder, you take more. Hold on 1 second. B-Dog, Salute King, Young World, Salute King, Rick Tim, Salute King, TJ Love Boxing, Salute King, Brian King Falcon, Salute King. And that's what I was explaining, Rachel. And then what people don't realize, but I did some research, right? Because I like to do my research and everything. So the WBC has upped the level of clenbuterol in Mexican fighters, right?
Yes.
Okay. See, this is what a lot of people ain't noticing. So you're a trainer, so I'm probably sure that After we talk about this, you might go look it up in case you fight and Nunito decides to fight again, especially against a Spanish fighter, right? One
Mhm.
thing, huh?
No, go ahead.
Okay. One thing about this clenbuterol, after 24 hours in your system, it light skin business salute. You know, the potency of it dissipates throughout your joints, your bones, everything, your muscles, it goes through. So if they're not testing you within 24 hours of you using it, it's not going to be concentrated in your blood. So once it's been in you for 24 hours, it's not going to be concentrated. And with the new levels that they got, it's going to be diluted enough to that level that they got. So you don't know how much they have in their system. And like, I feel like it's a travesty because non-Mexican boxers aren't able to use that. If a non-Mexican boxer does that, then they in violation of the substance abuse policies. But if you a Mexican, you can sit there, you can put a certain amount in your system, and after 24 hours, it's going to dilute and spread through your muscles and through your bloodstream. The blood is going to spread it through your body. So whenever they test you, it's not going to be concentrated enough for you to get violated. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know what the exact threshold is because each of the drugs, there's a certain like the trace amount threshold. I don't know what it is, but yeah, definitely. When if you take anything, you take ibuprofen, and then the first couple hours it's going to be the strongest, and then that's why they say take it every 8 hours, right, until pain
Yeah.
subsides, because of the fact that the drug starts to wear off through metabolism, and through hydration. So with things like that, it's more so the fact that random drug testing is huge because you have to be able to catch them, and in addition to it being reported in a quick fashion. I feel like some of these tests that are getting done, for example, the week of, I think are BS. I mean, I think it's silly. Like, what are you going to do? You're still allowing them to fight. You don't know if they're clear or not. I do not understand
Plus, they got
why.
a whole training camp to do it. So,
Correct.
yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, like, what irritates me more so, like during training camp, you normally, like, they start it like what, 12 to 8 weeks out, and they space it out, and it takes 2 weeks for the test results to come back. And usually that's enough time so they can cancel the fight, right?
Yeah.
Testing the week of the fight, unless they have a lab that is specific and has a prioritized testing for that sample, like, how do we feel about knowing that someone beat someone after the fact 2 weeks later? Like, they should have never allowed that to happen based on the test results, but the test result turnaround is faulty.
Especially if somebody takes a lot of damage in that fight too, because like people
Correct.
don't realize the performance enhancers can make you superhuman in there. Somebody can take a lot of damage. Look at Conor Ben. Like Chris Van Heerden said, that man, it was unusually strong when he was catching them punches, and he said he knows Conor wasn't like that. But you remember Chris Van Heerden was getting hit with some shots that shouldn't have hurt him.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, it's something in the sport that's needs to be fully regulated. The thing is that we have different people that want to do different testing, and how the tests are administered, how fast those results are turned around, and who, I'll say this, and who it is released to. I say that because if you look at the VADA website, there are certain fighters that are announced. There's others that aren't. Also, the test results sometimes are released immediately. Other times, like, it takes a while for the promoter to even acknowledge to the public that it is, which means that there isn't a standard for how these testings are being reported and in a timely fashion.
What do you think about Alicia Baumgartner? That was a third party. It wasn't an official. If I understand correctly, it wasn't like official VADA USADA. It was a third party.
They said it was water, what didn't they?
It's a WADA-based laboratory. Like, they had their certification. God, I can't remember the research I did on it. It was a couple weeks ago when she popped. That the certification has been for a couple years now. They did get their certification pulled or suspended for quite some time due to something, and that something is actually sealed. Like nobody knows. It's hidden as to why they were sanctioned to not be able to process tests for a length of time until they fixed whatever they were fixing. I don't know what it was. But that being said, it's not something that anyone has been using, a third-party testing. I think it's kind of funny that Eddie Hearn was using VADA, and it was popping a lot of, Conor Ben and all these, all this stuff. And then you decide to switch. When you decide to switch because someone got caught, it starts to raise red flags in my head, because if they did their job, which is to catch, anyone that is not supposed to be cheating, why would they're doing their job, unless you don't want them to do their job and would rather go with someone who is less of a system, and a known system in boxing that would be, different. Now, when it comes to them collecting the first sample, and the time difference that it took to get to a lab, that was crazy, because I, during COVID, was working with numerous labs, etc. Even when Nonito was getting COVID tested during I think it was the Bali and the Rodriguez fight that fell through, they would have to take in the COVID test, and within certain amount of hours had to be at the lab and then processed. So being that it didn't arrive to the lab until so many days after was really weird. Like, it almost looked like
24 hours.
Yeah, I thought, and you could correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't remember, but I thought it looked like, to me, that he took the test from Alicia, the first one, and then the after fight test he took as well. And then it looked like he basically put those two shipments in one and sent it out, instead of shipping them separately when he received the specimen. It looked like he was trying to save, shipping fees or something, and batch ship it. But in all those, though, there is a standard for protocol. There's supposed to be a chain of custody that they're supposed to follow. I mean, I haven't heard anything about what Alicia found. But those things, it's not to say that there isn't human error involved. And when there's human error involved, in addition to private companies such as Matchroom that is paying for these things, it needs to be investigated. Whose fault was it? And is there a sample B? We don't know very much about this company and how their processes are.
To my knowledge, she hasn't been stripped.
Shout out to Hollow Fish. Shout out to that homeboy and Teach. Hey, before you get going, Amber, Rachel, Mike Biggs says, what's your opinion on what happened to Spence?
What do you mean, what happened? Like, what happened in the fight?
Yeah, what happened to him? Why he looked the way he looked in this fight? That's what he asked, I guess.
I mean, as far as I've seen people saying that he looked high or whatever. I mean, I don't know Spence like that. But I do know that before the fight ever even took place, me and Nonito have always said that it was going to be Bud, due to the fact that his stance is almost like a taekwondo stance. It's very wide, and he's not like agile on that wide stance. We felt that Bud was going to be able to switch and square him or get him caught and tripped up on his own feet because of the lack of movement within that stance. And it pretty much ended up the way it did. So it didn't surprise me.
So Teach said, how much are the VADA tests?
How much are the VADA tests? It depends. Like, so there's a 24/7 365. That used to be real decently expensive for a private fighter to pay for their own test to do that. Now I believe they came out with a newer one that's like 15 grand a year. And it's more testing, but it takes baselines. So baselines meaning okay, let's say I'm Nonito. My testosterone's at 750. Okay. And then 2 months later, my testosterone all of a sudden is 900. But 900 for, I don't know, let's just say Terrence Crawford as testosterone might be normal, right? So
The needle's a lot smaller. So
yes, and Asians do have lower testosterone than other races as well. So taking that into account, if you don't know the baseline of what a person is, you can't, and let's just say you can't catch them on taking testosterone. You would have to know what their numbers were before. So again, if Crawford's coming in at 900, well, you're going to expect him to be around 900, give or take 50 all the time. If he jumps to 1500 in 2 months, that's a huge red flag. But without baseline numbers, you can't tell that.
okay. And see, you know, on my show, I be letting the queens get up here and cook a lot, and I know Key and Aaron probably got a lot more to say to you. Aaron Muhammad, salute, king, peace and blessings. So I'm gonna let them go ahead and finish talking to you. I just had to ask that because people in the chat was asking me. Thank you, Rachel. Yeah. Key and Amber, there y'all go.
Rach, I'm sorry. Like, I look up to you so much. Like, you are my Mount Rushmore of trainers, right up there with Animal. You really are.
Thank you.
Because at some point we got derailed about the sectioning fees. Like in unifications, like let's say I have the IBF and you have the WBC. Going into that fight, do I just pay my percentage for the IBF and you for the WBC, and the winner after that, they have to pay sanctioning fees for both?
No, both of them. But you have to pay for both of them to be able to fight for it.
Told you. So I was telling you. That's it.
So that's like a quadruple payment.
That's 12% for both of them.
Yeah.
Somebody get Richie Valens out of here. Thank you.
So just to sanction the fight, both of us have to pay both sanctioning fees regardless of who wins or loses.
Correct.
Wow.
I mean, and even if you think about it, like look at like the WBC, right? For example, Ubali is the world champion. Nonito was coming in to challenge him. Just because he doesn't have a belt doesn't mean, and Ubali holds a WBC, Nonito still has to pay sanctioning fees on that belt that he's trying to get. So if you use that same scenario with both the IBF and the WBC or whatever other two organizations, if you want a chance and shot to fight for that belt, you need to pay sanctioning fees.
So even the challengers have to pay sanctioning fees.
You also got to pay to get rankings as well. You got to pay fees to get in the
wow. You answered my question. Thank you.
You know, to get into the rankings, how much? I mean, don't you got to pay to get into the rankings as well? That's why people ain't in all the rankings, right, Rachel?
No, I don't know where that came from. It's more so the fact that you have to get the right opponent. And you have to have your homework done. You don't have to. We've never paid to be ranked. We, always consistently went over up against the top 5, and things like that. You don't have to pay to be ranked. The only reason why there are some people in some sanctioning bodies and some people that are not is based on the sanctioning bodies' movements and who their top 5s are. Because all of them have, some of them have like maybe a person that's the same. Others have, maybe. Like Nonito number 6 and somebody else at number 2, right? And then another sanction body.
If you ever look at the WBO and the IBF, they be having completely different rosters than the WBC and the WBA on all levels. Like there's, especially the IBF. The IBF, you be seeing people in the IBF, you be like, well, who is this? Like,
yeah. And I think it's because of the fact that nobody's really watching the IBF, so they continue their rankings. And you have to remember, your rankings are based on constant communication and debates with a lot of the sanctioning bodies. One is if you're trying to fight one of the top, let's say I'm number 15 and I want to get into the top 10, I'm going to say, okay, can you sanction number 9 and me to fight? If you sanction that, I want to take his place. And they'll say yes or no. Most likely they'll say yes. And then they'll sanction the fight because then they're going to get sanctioning fees off of that. So now you're number 9 and you keep moving up. So if you look at the IBF and whatever other organization, you look at who's in there. And if no one's watching those rankings, no one's moving anywhere in those, you can continuously move up. Now, when you go to the conventions, those are always the fun ones. That's where you get to debate, right? So you have to understand the ranking system and who is higher than you in the ranking system, and you plead your case. For example, when Nonito was in Acapulco, we walked in, I believe, at number 4 or 5. And I petitioned already for him to be number 1, which I knew Maloney was number 1. But I also knew 2 and 3, I think 2, 3, and 4, I knew their history. One of them was the Thai guy, and he was not ranked number 2 at the time. And I said, how is he ranked number 2? There's no way. Based on the last 5 people that Thailander fought, his 5th person that he fought just fought a guy that had a debut. Like, his record looks amazing, 50-1, but 5 fights ago he fought someone who just walked off the street and got into the boxing ring. Now, if you want us to do that and just beat up guys that we get from like driving taxi cabs, we could do that all day. Or are we going to do quality of opponents? Nonito's quality of opponents are way higher than his. But you have to know these background information when you get into there to make your case, which not a lot of people do. They just ask to be moved up. Well, you can ask, but to really plead a case and for them to consider it, you have to know why you should.
Shout out to my guy, Expensive Paper with the Bomb Squad. Salute to my guy, Expensive Paper, always coming through, showing up with the $20 holler. So that's what you answered my question right there, Rachel. So to get the sanctioning fights, that's when you got to pay the sanctioning fees, like to be 15 to number 9, then you got to pay for them to sanction that fight. Okay.
Yeah, and then it comes out of your purse and the opponent's purse, of course.
Okay, so basically, like I said, to get in the top 10, you basically got to pay to get in the top 10, basically.
Yeah, and in an inadvertent way. Like, you don't pay them to rank you higher. You have to fight for it, but they will, since they're sanctioning the fight so you can move up. That's how they're going to get their fees, 3% or whatever it is.
So you don't pay to get in the ranking. You don't pay to get in the rankings, but you pay to fight to get ranked. That's what it basically is. Okay.
Yes.
So it's like a tournament. Like if you sitting there trying to hey Kane, you keep coming with all these different fake profiles, bro. I appreciate the time and the energy that you're giving me. But like I said, if you a coward on the internet, that's even worse because can't nobody touch you on the internet. You steady making these different memes, bro. Come on, man. Get yourself together, man. With that swoop bang, get yourself together. Yeah, he's been doing this a lot lately, Rachel, since he's been kicked off of everybody's show. So now he just comes through and throw racial epithets at people.
Oh, well, did you see the one where someone made a YouTube channel that everyone thought it was me?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so like 2 weeks ago, there was I started getting weird Instagram comments on my posts, and it was like they would respond to one of my followers, and they'd be like, she's racist against blacks and blah blah blah, and I'm like, what the hell? And then I would keep seeing it. I'm like, finally, I responded to them on a comment. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? And they sent me a screenshot of a YouTube channel named Rachel Donair's Boxing Gym or something. It had an old picture of me, and then it even says like looking for fighters and trainers and cutmen. Email me at rdmanageroftheyear@gmail, something. So I found it, I flagged it as impersonation, but they literally, when I found out like what they went on channels I never went on, like just talking about cop violence on Black America, right? And they would have my comment or that user's comment that says my full name as like, oh, when I drive through their neighborhoods, this is how they are. But like literally making this a race thing. And I had to, I was like, I don't know who you are, but I think it's funny because I don't like, I pick and choose who I want to go to, not based on race, but based on content. And from that point, like, I feel like whoever wanted to try to get me canceled, I guess, felt like that was the only way to do it, was do this whole race bait thing. But again, that we reported it to YouTube and asked everybody to report it. So it's gone. For now, I don't know. That's the second time someone's made a freaking YouTube with my name on it. It's weird.
Well, everybody that knows you and no need to know that's far from the truth right there. So everybody know you.
I was like, you guys are kidding me, right? You're kidding.
Y'all are honorary black people anyway, so people can't get that. Yeah, Brock Howard, Jimmy Butler stole his swoop bang. Yep. I think that's why Kang mad anyway. Because he don't realize they all be having the same IP address. So just a kid sitting at home. And what's bad about it, Kang is Asian as well. You can't tell him that. He like Uncle Ruckus off the Boondocks. But
Hey, BF's in here. Is that really BF?
that's not BFTV.
Ah. See, I don't like it when people do that. Like, I'm sorry, but why can't you guys just like, if you're gonna talk mess, everybody knows who I am. I've always put my name to my handle. Well, I can't hide that, but I mean, at the same time, it's for me, it's easy. I go to all the fights. If you have something or an issue or a problem, then let's talk about it. And I'm the least person that has any problem with going up to some people, which is probably my problem as well. But even who is it? Blue Blood. I thought, because people in the YouTube community, they're like, oh, he's talking about you or whatever about Bud. And so when I saw him at the fights, I was like, hey, can I talk to you? And he was like, yeah, sure. And I was like, do we have an issue? Because I'm standing by my personal opinion, and it's nothing against him personally, but this is just on the business. And he's like, no, I never had an issue with you, blah, blah, blah. But again, Blue puts his face on cam, right? So I can point him out in a crowd and be like, oh, I thought I heard, or he was talking mess about me. A lot of these people are so uncomfortable with themselves putting their name to what they actually believe in, that it's silly, it's scary. You really don't have that much confidence to actually stand behind what you're saying.
My name is my real name. I ain't giving my full name, but my name is my real name.
Exactly. No, but yeah, but then you have like I said, these people that apparently you said that's not BF, who did the same thing to me and used my name to try to rile up stuff, just stuff like that. It's it's just silly.
It's people
silly.
with no lives. They have no life, and it's the only thing that they can do for comfort, or they need attention, and they don't realize that they're getting it the wrong way, and they're not even getting their own attention. If you're gonna be like this, and you want to say all this, say it from your real place. Be grown about it and say how you feel. Don't hide how you feel online, because that makes you even more of a coward. That's what I'm saying. Like, if I say something, I stand on it. And whether I'm right or wrong, it's not up for the debate. I'm definitely not about to hide from people on the internet. No.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And it's the ones that want to create bad blood between YouTubers or anybody really, with real names, and use their use their names and not their own. Yeah, like I said, him pretending to be BF, that's
Exactly.
it's silly.
That's the Glacier game. That's what Rick Glacier, he works for Rick Glacier. That's what they do. They like to cause confusion. And only weak people will be confused by it. I laugh at it because I feel like they show me the most respect anybody has, because you so scared of me that you come to me on a fake page on the internet. I'm laid up in a hospital bed. You know what I'm saying? And you hide from me? You can't give nobody that much respect than that.
Yeah, I mean, it's the internet's a very interesting and weird place. It's a great place to connect, but there's people who, the internet gives them a platform where they can be their worst selves, or at least try to appear to be. Which, when they continuously make different handles and stuff like that, even though it gets blocked, and they make a new Gmail account just to get another handle. I'm like, God, you have a lot of time on your hands.
That's a lot of time.
I'm glad you up here, Rachel. You seen the Jermall, Charlo, and Canelo fight, right?
Yes.
Okay, did you see the clean shots that Jermall was catching Canelo with in the face?
When he did throw his hands, yes.
I mean, I counted 18 clean shots. Like, he was catching with chin checks, he was catching with straights, he was catching with checks. Like, he was catching Canelo. And did you see what happened when he caught Canelo with that counter?
Yep.
He hit Canelo flush with a counter, with everything.
Mm-hmm.
And did you see what Canelo did after he got caught with that counter?
He just looked at him. He's like, whatever.
He dropped his hands. It went to a press stance.
There's a couple things that I would say though about how he fought that night. One of the things is, first of all, he did come up 2 weight divisions. That's huge. Everyone's gonna say, "Oh no, it wasn't." Like, man, like I put on 5. If I put on 5 pounds and go running, it's different from when I'm not plus 5 pounds.
I gave him credit for one because I said the thing. The only way Canelo loses to Charlo is Charlo has to wait till he gasses out, and then he has to pour it on him. Like I said, he's gonna have to bombard Canelo after Canelo gets tired. But Canelo didn't get tired. That man didn't sit down at the end of the rounds or nothing. Canelo was in great shape. It wasn't nothing Charlo could do. It wasn't nothing.
Yeah, he was over in Tahoe, right?
Yeah.
He was in Tahoe, so he was in a he created more. I don't know where he rested, but assumingly the science behind that of why you do higher elevation training is to create more red blood cells during rest for oxygen molecules to attach to.
Exactly.
If he did that, then that's exactly why he did it, and it showed. It completely showed, because from the other fights, he would gas out after 40 to 50 seconds in the round. He'd come out blazing, then he'd be,
He did
like
the second half of the fight.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
picked Charlo because I said, Canelo, his last 5 fights, even against Caleb Plant, he gassed out in the second half of the fights. Hell, in the Triple G fight, they was throwing 18 to 20 punches around, not connecting, but just throwing, and they was tired.
So
right here,
that was Big Bear elevation.
Coach Amber, sorry, I didn't hear you. What'd you say?
Are we gonna all agree that that was just Big Bear, the elevation?
As far as Canelo's performance, I think so. I think that that played a huge factor. Whatever else motivated him, I have absolutely no idea. But I know a couple of the sparring partners that went out there, and they said that his win looked really good up there. So that being said, when you're training at a higher elevation, you come down to sea level, you have such it's a breath of fresh air all of a sudden. I know when I used to. Yeah, when I used to go and fight at the OTC, and of course I lived in the Bay Area, sea level, and then I fight at the first time I didn't listen to my coach. I was 14 going to OTC, and she's like, "Run." I hated running, and she told me, she's like, "You're gonna hurt out there." First U.S. Opens, I hurt, like my lungs felt on fire, and then after that, whenever I would fight at OTC again, or around the area, mostly Colorado Springs, I would go out there a week before and I would do sprints, and it would hurt, but it was to break in my lungs, and I'd keep doing it until it felt like, okay, now going up the stairs doesn't feel like a task, right? Like I don't feel winded.
Like stretching a balloon, like it opens it up.
Yeah, exactly. So now go opposite, people that train in Denver and then they come down to sea level, they're like, "Oh, what? This is easy." The air is so much easier to breathe in. You're not straining yourself to breathe in that air. So him doing that, I think it did give him a better lung capacity. And again, I don't know what other stuff he had changed for this camp as far as conditioning.
But the reason I brought that up was, now seeing that Canelo versus Charlo, right? What do you put Bud's chances versus Canelo? That Canelo.
Here's the thing. Like, I think Bud would punch in between Canelo's punches more so than Charlo was this time. Like, Charlo took a while to let his hands go. When he let his hands go, it was connecting.
But what effect did it have?
It didn't. The thing is, I wouldn't. Okay, the reason why you can punch Canelo in middle of his punches is because of the fact that he has to wind up for the second punch. Sorry, my dog's barking. He has to wind up for the second punch, so you'd be able to touch him. Now, would you be able? What we thought Charlo was going to do was he was going to touch him and get the hell out, and then touch him again, and then keep moving. He kept moving towards his back foot and into the corner instead of going towards him. Like what he did on a couple of his combinations, but if you look at the couple of combinations that he didn't bring his feet with him. He was still like back on that back foot where he wanted to be out of there really quickly. So he needed to be able to bring his feet in, get his punches off, and then effectively get out on a side angle, preferably, because Canelo is going to come after you forward.
He wasn't quick enough to punch in between.
But also, you see, Canelo also his ring ability, the way he cut off the ring. Did she fall off? I think she fell off.
I personally, well, first of all, Canelo always fights in kiddie pool type rings, but he did cut off the ring this last time.
Yeah, let me put this link back in case Rich tries to get back up.
I would like to hear, like, did he really cut off the ring? Like,
it was a smaller ring, but he cut it off.
He always demands a 12 by 12.
I mean, that's what part of being the A side. You know, when you're the A side, you can demand what type of ring you want to be in.
Well, then hell, let's put our foot in and
look at
and
size ring that Tim Zoo had.
Let's put our foot in a tire.
Oh, Key said, all right. So, yeah. Well, she was like, well, damn, I wish Rachel was still here to elaborate on it because, like, yeah, you could punch in between, but still, if you punch it and it's not doing no effect, I really don't know, you know. Hold on one second.
Oh, bro, I understand why Mel did what he did. And we predicted it. Like, we said, like, hey, if he gets in trouble, he's going to have to take a knee. And lo and behold, that's what he did.
Yeah, I understood. Like, I understood the whole thing. See, I understood that the only way Mel was going to win is if Canelo got tired. I didn't think he was going to be able to fire with him. I just knew he had to wait for Canelo to get tired. But like Rachel said,
he never got tired.
But no. So you got to outbox somebody like that.
Which is what he tried to do. And then what happened?
Floyd is not as strong as Canelo. Floyd utilized the angles and he stood right in front of him like Shakur Stevenson do. And Floyd made a miss and he tied up. Mel, his defense is not that savvy. So it was a lot harder for him. I mean, if you ain't used to doing it, it's hard to do something like that. But Canelo should get the blame for not knocking him out. Just like Errol got the blame for not knocking out Mike.
I agree with that wholeheartedly. You couldn't knock out little old Mikey. And I said today, who has ever knocked out Mikey? He's what? Nobody. But Earl gets all the shit. Well, then why doesn't Canelo get all the shit?
Yeah, Brian. Floyd popped that jab on him a lot too. And that jab was keeping Canelo honest. He was popping the jab and he was pop shotting him. And that's what you got to do. But like, the thing is, Mel techniques. Yeah, she said, little Mikey. The thing is, Charlo was psyched out. he felt that power. He felt Canelo power, and he knew he hadn't been in there with a puncher as big as that. And he didn't want to end up like Earl was. You know, when Earl got knocked down by Terrence Crawford, you see how the fans turned on him. Just like Stephen Fulton. When he got knocked out by Inouye, you see how the fans turned on him. Like, salute BEs. Like, we say we respect the fighters and want them to do this and that, but when the fighters lose, we give them so much disrespect. Like, Stephen Fulton came out and said he never got this much attention his whole career. Even when he won both belts, people didn't talk to him as much as they did after he lost. So it takes for this man to lose, a two-time champion, for people to try to acknowledge the man. It's like, technique. I always thought Andrade might win that fight, but after talking to KO and thinking, Andrade is kind of older and Benavidez is young, and I feel like he might get the edge. But if Andrade even does win, he ends up facing Morrell. Because Jermall Fareed, champ side, that's my guy. But this ain't champ side, homie. But yeah, champ side, that's my guy right there. I mess with champ side, and yeah, it's the only side. And I'm always rep my man champ side. You know, he be hitting that reel. You know something, Shawar? Nello actually said he will fight. He said he would fight Benavidez if Benavidez beats Boo Boo. Canelo said he's ready now. He came out the other day and he said he's ready for everybody. And I believe him. And I believe that Canelo right there, he destroys Benavidez, and Canelo knows it. Canelo is not stupid. The man has over 60 fights. What's his record? Ain't he like 60-2 or something? 59-2 or something? I mean, you gotta realize Canelo.
There's still a lot of tread on them old tires, but I mean,
Yeah, but
what is that? The fix it flat, something like
yeah.
that.
Oh yeah, Canelo is 60-2. So he's been in the ring 62 times. Well, he's been in the ring more than that because he got a couple draws. But
He has
Canelo has managed to.
more fights than Julio Cesar Chavez.
Nah, Julio Cesar had over 100 fights.
Okay. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. But one thing I can say, Canelo has managed to win 60 times. Benavidez doesn't have that experience, and like I said, WBC. You can say what you want, but the WBC has rejuvenized Canelo Alvarez. They made it where he can enhance himself and it still be legal. And I'm gonna tell you like this: Benavidez, with him being an American fighter, he can't come in there with that special Mexican meat because he's Ecuadorian and Mexican, but he's in America. So if he has that meat in his system, then he's gonna get fined for steroids. Yes,
You said
technique.
that's with who, Albert? Who was that? That he can't do
Benavidez.
that with? You think that's why it's been such a stall?
No, I'm saying now Canelo's at the point now, like Canelo's ready. He's ready to fight everybody now. Because they asked him the other day, he was like, I kill that dude. So he's ready for Benavidez. He's seen it. Cause look, he just made Jermall Charlo look easy. But you gotta realize Benavidez ain't got no defense. Now he ain't say nothing about fighting Morrell.
So we're gonna talk about Benavidez' defense, other than his recipe.
What I'm saying is Benavidez, he throw bunches and bunches of punches. But he doesn't square up he squares up when he punches, so he doesn't have the power in his shots. You got to realize Canelo can take punches to give punches. Canelo will take a few shots from Benavidez to just deliver something. And we've seen how Benavidez' chin is. Okay, I'll drop it back for you, Rachel. And we've seen Ron Graville. We've seen Benavidez hit the canvas. We've seen Benavidez get dropped. And I'm sorry, but Canelo throws with bad intentions. And Benavidez hasn't found a way to protect himself. You know, Benavidez is a Mexican fighter. He fights Mexican style. And he will get caught with a lot of them shots. And I don't care what you say. If you get hit with those shots, you're going to feel it. And it's going to take you down. Like, he's not superhuman. And you got to realize Canelo has been hit by Sergey Kovalev. He's been hit by Triple G. He's been hit by a lot of big punches. Bivol, he's been hit by people. And he hasn't hit the canvas yet. The man has a titanium beard on him. Hey, Teach. Yeah, I say I give Boo Boo.
I want my favorite fighter, my favorite clean fighter to fight him.
I say that Benavidez versus Boo Boo fight is 50-50. And Alexander, salute. But yeah, Boo Boo has a chance, but he's older. The only reason I make it 50-50 is because if it wasn't, I have Boo Boo as the head. But the fact that Boo Boo's older and he's at a higher division, and like KO said, he couldn't even drop the old boy he just fought that got dropped 4 times by Berlanga.
I think I do agree. I think that that Benavidez. But I understand what Coach Amber is saying, because we don't know which, you know what I'm saying, that recipe. I mean, if he got a good recipe, you know, a good design planned up, he can take Canelo. But at this point, and the way that Canelo is,
too much salt in the best recipes.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, do I believe that Benavidez will win? No, I think Canelo, the next 2 fights that he has with his deal, I think that Canelo retires and will just have those 2 losses on his record. And I think they're moving him real well too. And he's in the driver's seat. He can pick who he wants to fight.
Salute, Jermall. Salute. Yeah, exactly, Alexander Lyles. Even Triple G had to back off Canelo for a minute because Canelo was popping him with some stuff. William Old School, salute.
Triple G head too.
Yeah, and Triple G, he has an iron chin too. And him and Canelo was popping each other. I mean, popping each other. It's the same.
Marquez didn't win until his head got as big as Pacquiao. I'm just saying.
You said what?
Marquez didn't beat Pacquiao until his head was the same size.
Yeah.
And, you know, Triple G got, you know, the same size head as Canelo. I mean, I'm just saying.
Can't beat him, join him, ain't that what they say?
That is what they say.
Coach Amber, do you Coach Amber, do you believe that Pac was using?
Hey, Shua, after the fight, Bivol said that his arms hurt for like a month. He said Canelo had hit his arms so much. He said they had hurt so much that he was just trying to get the fight over with. And even though he could have went in for the kill, he couldn't put Canelo down. You got to realize a wounded snake is still dangerous. Bivol would have went away from that game plan, came in, and he might have got hit with one of them humdingers.
So do you believe that, can you guys hear me? Am I going in and out?
I would like to answer that last question.
Go ahead.
Facts, Brian.
Whether I believe this or that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you believe that Pacquiao was using?
Hell yeah, Pacquiao was. That ain't no question.
He's never got popped, so I'm not gonna do that.
Like this, when Floyd, he turned down the big fight in his career because they said they was gonna have random drug tests. He said no. He didn't want to. He didn't fight Floyd with random drug test.
I'm not gonna do that because I am heavily tattooed, but I still hate needles. When a doctor gets to me with needles, but at the same time,
you and me both. I have over 30 tattoos, but I still hate getting stuck.
Them thick ass needles, the one that's like
The IV needles. Whew.
Ones that are thick as hell, I do not like them.
And y'all like this, right? Y'all remember Michael Moore? He was beating the hell out of George Foreman, right? Michael Moore, he basically had the win sealed and everything, signed, sealed, and delivered. But he didn't listen to his corner. He went in for the kill at George Foreman, and George Foreman, who was down 11 rounds to nothing, hit that man with a boop boop, finished the fight. Michael Moore lost his belt. Foreman became the oldest heavyweight champion off of that fight right there because didn't respect the wounded animal. Bivol would have walked in on Canelo and got hit with one of them things. Bivol would have hit the canvas. I really feel that way. So Bivol, he played it smart. Sometimes you just gotta sit back and take what's given to you. Michael Moore got flatlined, and Foreman, and like I said, the power was the last thing to go. And Foreman was getting beat from corner to post in that fight. They was like, Foreman should retire. He too old. He was getting beat from ring to corner to pillar to post. But Michael Moore, he let his guard down a little bit and went in for the kill. He was trying to get that knockout on Foreman. You know, that's a hell of a thing on your resume, man. I knocked out George Foreman. He went in for it, and hey, a blink later, poop, he on the floor. George got his hands up.
Strong possibility. I'm not gonna say definite. Yes, strong
I mean, when
possibility.
we know Canelo has power, we seen what he did to Callum Smith's arms. He broke the man's arms up from body punches.
He dislocated his bicep.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I heard that, I was like, I didn't even know that was possible.
It's literally detaching your muscle from the bone.
Yeah.
Never even knew that. I never heard of that before. I think that Canelo cruises though. Last one would pretty much be his retirement. I would like to see him and Mayweather in an exhibition. I would love to see that.
Well, Canelo said he's good for a few more years though. Canelo said he's not done. He just said this was the first of many contracts. He said he's not done. He said he's still good for a few years. So
I don't think he'd do it again.
What'd you
I
say,
mean, he's only
Coach?
33. He's only 33.
No, I'm not talking about age. Like Canelo just he a big bitch. Like compared to Floyd, like why would he do that? But then again, I don't understand a lot of things that Floyd do.
Salute on the missing boxing.
How you doing? How you doing? How you doing?
How you doing today, sir?
I'm good.
What's going on?
Nothing. So, what do y'all think next for Canelo? Is the question for me.
If Benavidez beats Boo Boo Andrade, he's next.
So is the Boo Boo and Andrade thing next? Is that on?
Yeah, it's for December.
Okay. All
Canelo
right.
fighting to May. Canelo fights May and September. Those are his Mexican dates. Those are the dates that he fights. He used to
Of
fight
course.
3
Of
times.
course. Of course. Of course.
Yeah, he only fights twice a year now. He used to fight 3 times. Now it's twice a year. It's on May and September. If Jermall Charlo beats Jose Benavidez and David Benavidez lose, then Jermall Charlo is next for May. But I
Okay.
hope Benavidez wins. That way, Jermall Charlo will have a chance to fight Caleb Plant.
So do you honestly see Benavidez beating Andrade?
I see it 50-50.
That's a
Like,
great fight though. In my opinion, that's a great fight though.
I mean, that's a fight that David Benavidez. That's a fight that David Benavidez had a chance to fight, but he turned it down last year because
Oh,
he didn't want.
really?
Yeah, you remember? They said that it was 2 pound race no reward. You know, Boo Boo was
Whoa.
scared of him. So
Mm.
but now David had the choice between Boo Boo or Morrell. And see,
Mm.
Morrell is a bigger task than Boo Boo. So he chose the Boo Boo. But see, Boo Boo used to be a monster at 154 and 160. He had
Right. When he was beating Matarazin and all those guys, I can't remember his name, but I think you know who I'm talking about. The
yeah,
Ivan or something like that. I think his name was.
yeah,
Yeah.
Marosian.
Yeah. There it is.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
Boo Boo hasn't fought in, I mean, like Boo Boo's first fight at 168, it wasn't spectacular. He went against a guy that Errol Spence dropped 4 times.
Yes.
And Boo Boo didn't drop him not once.
Yes.
The
But
thing,
I think Boo Boo was kind of robbed of a lot of glory due to the Billy Saunders fight not going through. I think if that would have been through, he would have had a little bit more cachet to call out some of these guys he would have been calling out. He would have got a bigger fight a little bit
Boo Boo had
earlier.
himself because he had a Jermall Charlo fight pulled out the week of the fight.
Oh yeah, but I also think that was due to a lot with the managing with the Rock Nation shit. I think that was going
Now,
on
Boo
with
Boo
his
wanted some more
contract.
money. He wanted more money.
Oh, he did. Oh, okay, okay. Whoa.
Of the week of the fight, Boo Boo decided that he wasn't going to pay more than he wanted to
Because I
pay.
was always hearing it was like a contract thing or something like that.
Nah, of the week of the fight, he decided that he wanted more money, but he didn't pay.
Hold on, wait. He did that the week of the fight.
Yeah, the week of the fight.
Oh, okay. That was the part that was left out for me.
Fighting.
What she say?
What'd you say?
I could get more money. I pulled out.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Career.
He basically did what Frank Martin did, but he waited to the week of to do it.
Wow.
There was no press conference.
So was it a belt on the line at this time, or were they both like prospects at this time?
Nah, it was for a 154 belt.
Damn, the week of. Yeah. All right, I can't even. Whoa, and I like Boo Boo too.
And then he went over there to the matchroom where ain't no fighters his ass.
Oh yeah, Matchroom ain't got nobody at 54.
Exactly. And
Nah.
they froze him out of the Triple G and Canelo.
Oh yeah, they definitely froze him out. Cause I remember I seen a picture of him in the ring with Triple G after a win, like calling him out and shit. But they like kicked him out the ring or some shit like that. Like it was funny as hell. But yeah, like I don't know. But I definitely like this fight for Boo Boo though. If he fighting Benavidez, that's a great
Exactly.
fight.
Alexander Boo Boo did all that to himself. He
True.
could have been someplace, but he did it to himself.
True. I can't even deny it. If he did that shit the week of, like, come on now.
Everything was ready to go. He pulled out. Like nephew, bro. Like
Still out to the OGKQKC in the building.
that be my uncle.
Yes, sir. That's the king, KQKC. The best fight caller this side of the Mississippi. I'm telling you. If you ever want to get back to when boxing was called in its pure form, you better check KQKC whenever it's a fight. Because he goes back to when fighting was calling fights. He calls punch by punch, blow by blow, round by round. And he give you a good sound in between the rounds. You feel me? That man right there, he's an innovator, man.
Yeah, because I was on my way to the gym. I'm like, yeah, I seen you on. I'm like, yeah, I got to get back on here one time.
Yeah, but like I said, David Benavidez, he's young. Now, like I said, Boo Boo is a 50. I call it a 50-50 fight because Boo Boo ain't the same as he used to be. If this was the old Boo Boo, I would say he outmatches Benavidez. But now that he's older, I feel like it makes it that much more even. And
How old is
if
Boo Boo,
Boo,
if you don't mind me asking?
I think
I
he's
think
like
Boo Boo's,
35.
yeah, I think he about like 35. And if his legs, you know how Boo Boo, he gets tired in fights.
Yeah. He don't carry the same power in the late rounds as he do in the
Yeah,
beginning.
he can't do that in this fight. If he do that in
Well,
this fight right here, he's going down.
I kind of feel like Dave Benavidez don't really carry the same power at the end either. Because
I
I
mean,
feel like he could have. I
Benavidez's
feel like he
power
could
is the
have.
same.
I feel like he could have knocked out Caleb Plant, in my opinion.
I feel like Dave Benavidez doesn't have that power that everybody thinks. You feel what I'm saying? Dave Benavidez, he has accumulating power. Like he throws a lot of punches. That's why he throws bunches and bunches of punches, because he doesn't sit down on his shots like that.
Yeah, I feel like it's an accumulation type of punching with him too.
Yeah, Cool J, salute King. But yeah, you gotta accumulate the punches with Benavidez, but I feel like the accumulation will start to add up against Boo Boo, and if his legs go out because he's an older boxer, then he's gonna be in a lot of trouble. And like I said, the last fighter Boo Boo fought, Edward Berlanga knocked him down 4 times. Boo Boo couldn't even get that man to drop. So, like I said, as of now, his power ain't carry up there yet. Now, not to say that his power won't carry up, but right now his power ain't up there. Seth M, salute. So if he ain't got
Boo
enough
Boo
power
real
to keep,
slick though.
but if he don't have enough power to keep Benavidez up off of him, but that slickness comes with athleticism. And Boo Boo,
but he also a lefty. I saw he had, but I ain't gonna lie, Benavidez had a little bit of a trouble with Caleb being a lefty as well.
Caleb is
in my opinion,
a fair fighter though. People don't realize, but Caleb Sweet Hands Plant is a great fighter.
Oh yeah, Caleb that shit. I like Caleb. I like Caleb a lot. I like Caleb a whole lot, but I feel like he had a lot of trouble, and I feel like
Caleb
Boo Boo is a little bit a step above, in my opinion, as an overall fighter.
I feel like Caleb has more power than Boo Boo. I mean, we seen the Darrell fight.
He a little bit naturally bigger than Boo Boo, in my opinion, too. If I think he a little bit naturally bigger than Boo Boo as far as just like
the natural
stockiness.
168. He's been at 168 his whole career, while Boo Boo's coming up to 154.
Yeah, he a little bit naturally bigger.
Original American says since Boo Boo has Victor Conte, he's gonna have all the power he need. Well, we'll see.
Whoa, come on, man. We ain't doing that. We not doing that. We're not doing that.
I think that the first 6 rounds and the last 6 rounds are going to be very interesting. That's for sure.
The last half of the fight going to be very interesting.
Just like the Caleb Plant and David Benavidez, the first 6 rounds, that was all Caleb Plant. The last 6 rounds was all Benavidez. See, Benavidez, he has stamina and he can endure. And with his body, he can sit there and absorb your shots until it's time for him to see you getting weaker. And that's when he comes on and pours it on. And when he pours it on while you're tired, fatigue will make a coward of anybody. And so while you fatigue, he's getting his motor going. Because he has a motor on him.
Yeah, he got a motor. That fat motherfucker definitely got a motor.
That's going to be a great fight.
Hey, Akello, Benavidez ain't about 20, 25 pounds off of weight right now. He's about 20 to 25 pounds off of weight. But what y'all like Rachel's on there just told y'all, sparring, you'll drop 8 to 10 pounds in the first week of sparring. So once Benavidez gets to sparring, that extra weight gonna come off. He ain't got a fat count. He ain't 40 pounds over. So he'll sit there and spar and get that weight up off of him. 2 to 3 weeks of sparring, he'll shed that thing.
That's what I need to be doing. I need to be doing some sparring then. I didn't even know that.
You didn't hear what
I'm finna go to the gym right now.
Two rounds of boxing, you can lose up to 10,000 calories in 2 rounds.
Yep. You got that heat on in the gym the right way. Hell yeah.
A minimum of 2,000 calories. Because it works your whole body. And it's cardio, it's strength, it's all that in one. That's why what a boxer, like Rich was playing, what a boxer weighs on fight night, say like you come to the ring at 165, right?
by the end of the fight, you might only be about 160 because you done fought that off. Like fighting and sparring, it takes off your weight. That's why a lot of fighters are weaker in the end of the fights because you burning off your energy and you burning off your reserves.
Gotta have that extra gear. Shit. That's
I
what
know.
it
I can't
be.
wait to see it. That's going to be a very, very, very good fight. That's a really good fight right there.
Y'all see a knockout?
Absolutely.
Damn, hold
Absolutely.
on, wait. Whoa, you see Boo Boo going to sleep?
I'm not sure. The thing is, because of the power that both of them is going to bring, and they're both trying to make statements, I'm not sure who's going to go to sleep. I will put money if I had to, it'll be on Boo Boo going, getting knocked down to taking a knee or
Right.
something.
I would say
But
that too. I do.
yeah, but I don't think if it does go 12 rounds, somebody gonna be bloody. That's what I will say. Somebody face
Hey,
gonna be messed up.
can I say this though? This is going to be one of the greatest press conferences of all time. That press conference is going to be hilarious. Oh my God, David
Yes.
Benavidez Senior and Boo Boo talking shit back and forth. Oh my God, legendary,
Yes, this is gonna be a great press conference.
Actually,
legendary.
I think David Benavidez. Now that I think about it, I think Benavidez might go ahead and dust them off because he know if he wins this, he got Canelo.
Why
But
are we underneath the bed?
huh?
I'm sorry.
I think David Benavidez might get it because, like I said, I was going with Boo Boo, but like I said, I'm just watching his other fight. And this is the same guy that Edward Berlanga dropped 4 times, man. He dropped this man 4 times, and Boo Boo couldn't put him down once.
But Echelon, you know, being a boxing connoisseur, man, the way that you are, the triangle effect really don't work in boxing like that.
Yeah, I understand that, but I'm thinking about Boo Boo's power. I'm not thinking about the
Yeah,
triangle
but
effect.
still, it still don't, like it don't matter sometimes.
But then I'm thinking I'm thinking that might have been Boo Boo's first fight at 168. Maybe his power didn't translate as well because we seen what Teofimo's power looked like when he first got up there. So
Yeah, because I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I had Teofimo losing to Josh Taylor, and he surprised the fuck out of me.
Now I had Josh Taylor losing. I even had him losing that fight that he lost to against my man because Josh Taylor been at that weight too long. He's 5'11" at 140. Come on, man.
Yeah, he killing himself. He 2 inches shorter than me.
I actually had Tio winning that fight because he had
No.
too much to prove.
Oh, okay. You talking about before? I thought you were
Before,
talking about
yep,
like
I had been
okay.
picked him because he had too much. He had too much to prove,
But
and too much was on the line.
But Shawad,
it was the mental for me that was fucking me up with Tio.
Shawad would tell you. I was in KQKC and I told him that Sando Martin was gonna beat Tio. Because I knew Sando Martin was a pure boxer. See, Tio is not good against people that can box really well, that can match his swag. Just Luke King. But they robbed Sando Martin. They didn't even give him his second knockdown.
But, yeah, they definitely cheated him.
Man made Teofimo ask, do I still have it? but I knew I seen the way Sando Martin did Mikey Garcia. But there's also Mikey that went against Earl. But I just knew Sando had something special. And they took it from him, though. But Josh Taylor, I knew before Josh Taylor fought Catterall, I said, Taylor out of it. Taylor ain't looked the same since that fight that he took with Regis Prograis.
Regis Prograis beat his prime out his ass. Beat the prime out of it.
Took a lot of years off Josh Taylor. He got the win, but I thought Regis won that fight. But
I had Regis winning too.
They beat a lot out of each other. That was a good fight.
I ain't know Regis was older than everybody. Regis older than everybody damn near. I ain't know he was that damn old.
Ain't he the same age as Earl?
Hell no. He older than Errol too.
35. Regis like 35, 36.
Oh, bro. He Jamel and Jermall big homie. Like, if you really look it up, that's they big dog. On everything. He was the one picking them up, taking them to practice and shit when they was kids. It was him.
Yeah, I remember he used to say him and Earl fought twice.
Yeah. Earl ain't knock him out, though.
He was happy about that.
Yeah, he was happy Earl ain't knock him out. Earl was like on a knockout spree or something like that, he said at the time.
He said the second time Earl did him dirty, though.
I could believe it.
That's why I'm hoping that Earl comes back, man. I hope he comes back.
Hey,
Just
John Norrie. John
blessings. He'll be
Norrie.
all right.
You say Taylor didn't live a boxer's lifestyle, but you got to realize, John Norrie, he's also 5'11", trying to make 140.
Yeah, that's killer. That's killer, man.
That's a killer man right there. Like
That's a killer, man.
Boots is in the best shape, and he's 5'10", making 147. So you ask Josh Taylor, who's an inch taller, to make 7 pounds less than that. That's crazy.
Yeah, he got a wide bone structure too. Hell no. That shit ain't covered off easy.
I don't think Josh Taylor will move up to 147 when
he was supposed to be moved up to 147. They was talking about him moving up to fight Terrence.
Right, he was supposed to do that shit like a year and a half ago.
Yeah, you original American. Teofimo took that shame that I still got it, and he used it to make it a statement after the Josh Taylor fight. But I got the video where he was sitting there questioning his dad, like, man, I just don't know. Do I still got it? I got the video. That man know he lost to Sandor Martin. He got dropped twice, and they gave him the victory. He didn't know he still had it.
I definitely remember.
Sandor made him look awkward because he was faster, and he had better skills. That too, John Norrie. That too.
I ain't gonna lie. I don't think his dad's that great of a coach, in my humble opinion.
Which one?
Now, his dad's the reason why he lost.
Teofimo's dad.
His dad is the reason why he lost to Cambozo.
I really don't think that he's a great coach. And I don't know how the fuck did he win Coach of the Year off the Lomachenko fight when a novice can watch Loma fight and can tell you Loma cannot fight going backwards. That's all the key was to beating Loma. It was very, very simple. Very simple.
The face, and because Tio had won that fight, and Loma was the man, the Matrix. But if you watch Teofimo versus Camboso, all his dad was like, "Get together, knock him out, fool."
That's all he had. That's all he had.
He wasn't giving him no type of adjustments.
That's all he had, man.
And to lose to Camboso, that makes it so worse because Cambosos is trash.
Whoa, wait. We ain't gonna stretch it that far. Come on, upper left. Right, come on now.
Before Cambosos fought Maxie Hughes, and Shawaz my witness, I told everybody that Maxie Hughes is gonna beat Camboso ass. And people thought I was lying. Coach Amber, you get your butt back up here. And, people thought I was lying, but Maxie Hughes beat that man 10-2, 11-1, and they robbed him for the WBO belt.
No, I ain't gonna lie. Whatchamacallit beat him, though. Dude that worked with Devin Haney, I forgot his name. Selby, what the fuck is his name? I just had it, too. He don't fight no more.
I'm talking about Maxie Hughes did the one thing I said. Cambosos can't defend his left side. So if you roll to Camboso's left side, he can't block your shot because he has no left hand. He only literally has one hand.
He dropped that ball. He had it down the whole time of the fight.
Maxie Hughes kept tattooing his ass like he was the daggone favorite tattoo artist.
And he let Teofimo run right into that motherfucker the first round.
This is why knockouts matter. You gotta put
right
him
into
down.
that.
You gotta put him down.
And the thing about how you gonna say you slipped though? Like, come on, Tio. We saw him hit you straight on with the right hand, bro. You didn't slip. You got hit, my brother. Like, why you gonna lie?
I think the pressure of that fight got to him. I'm not even gonna lie about that.
The
fight in front of your hometown.
And his dad was hollering, knock him out, knock him out.
No game plan. No game plan whatsoever. No game plan. That's what I'm saying. He's not a good coach.
So they robbed Maxie Hughes for his WBO belt, and now Cambosos and Loma go fight for the WBO belt.
This nigga Loma keep getting chances.
I mean the IBO belt, my bad.
Loma keep getting chances, huh?
It's a secondary
they love Loma.
He's the Matrix. And what's
Loma keep getting chances, man.
But for real, Loma should have six losses because they robbed Jermaine Ortiz for him. And him and that Gary.
Facts.
And Gary Russell, that was a close call.
No, he beat the shit out Gary Russell. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I watched that fight. He beat him. That was fair, squad. He was just too big for Gary, though.
No, the rounds that he won was more impressive, but I still gave Gary 6 rounds as well, though.
Whoa! Come on now! Come
no
on,
way
hey,
Gary went those
look,
6
look, look,
rounds.
look. I love
Just
you,
like
man,
when
but
I had
come on,
Gary
man.
versus
Wait,
Caleb.
what did you say? What did you say?
He
He won.
said Gary Russell beat. Well, if he basically said Gary Russell and Loma fought to a draw. Is what he's saying.
No,
I felt
I
like
gave that to Loma.
Man, Loma beat him like 7 rounds straight.
Yeah, like Loma was
I
too
thought it
big
was 6
for him.
rounds straight. That's why I
He
said it was
got
6
he got I
straight.
think he got like the 11th and then the 12th he didn't really throw nothing.
Yeah. Loma won that fair and square.
I saw
Loma
it.
won
I
that.
saw the ring generalship and everything. But like I
So
said,
what's the problem?
I don't think you like Loma, man. I just don't think you like
I
Loma.
don't. I don't. I don't.
Okay.
You know
We on the
what?
same page.
Loma
I was
does
capping.
come off condescending. He does seem like an
I'm
asshole.
gonna be
But the
honest
dude
though.
can
I was
fight.
capping.
He
Nah,
Oh,
I'm
fight.
he
gonna be
nice.
honest.
He nice.
Look,
He
I'm gonna
nice
be
with it.
honest, y'all. You know, because I keep it real. I was capping on the Gary Russell, but nah, he did lose. No, but he did
Okay.
lose to Jermaine Ortiz. I
I
know
agree.
Elvis, and I was just joking, but he did lose to Ortiz though. Ortiz beat that man
I
square.
agree. 1,000%. I agree. You won't hear any doubt coming from my side of the table. I agree.
You see the problem
Exactly.
with
Hold on. Listen to what my man just said now. Check the scorecard. If Gary Russell got credit for the knockdown, it would have been a draw. Exactly, Just do. But you know,
What
they don't
round
really, they
was the
don't
disputed knockdown then? What round was that?
exactly just
it
do.
was late. It was one of them late rounds.
Mm.
It was a good shot though. He caught it with a good shot, but
Yeah, when
I
you
I
get hit
don't
and you fall, that's called a knockdown, though.
So
you
wait, did he
know
like fly into the ropes? The ropes kept him up, or like did his
Nah,
hand touch the
he dropped
canvas
him.
and
He dropped him.
it
Gary
was
dropped him.
Nah,
was it
he dropped him.
clear?
He just didn't get credit for it.
He
Was
didn't
it
get
clear
credit.
though?
He dropped him.
Was it clear though, y'all? Like keep it 100. Was it clear?
it was some slight
It was,
pushing going on. But
yeah,
No, he
it was a
punched
good
him and he
shot.
fell.
it
I am
was a good
still
shot.
working.
Just
Who
not
are y'all talking
tragic.
about?
When Loma and Gary Russell fought.
It kind of looked like the Terrence Crawford meme machine. It was like he got a shot off, but it was some slight pushing after the shot.
Oh, so it was slight. It was slight.
Yeah, but it was a good shot though. It was a good shot.
Okay, all right, okay, all right. But still, I had Loma whooping that ass to keep it 100.
Yeah,
I
yeah. Them
had
judges
Loma
was
whooping
trying
that
to
ass.
help my boy Russell. I was trying to help him out, but man, he was getting
Yeah,
washed.
yeah.
He was
Gary
getting
was. I ain't
washed.
gonna lie. Gary was just too small. Gary was too small for him.
But like I
Gary was
said,
too small.
I had it as a draw. But I don't like Loma though.
I don't even
I feel
think it
like
was really the size. I think the problem with Russell is he struggled with speed because he
it,
needs
it
to
look-
get in there. If somebody can touch him before he gets in there, then it's gonna be
nah, it's
tough for
just
him.
that
it looked like
the
the
thing
punches that
is
Loma was just hitting them with was just so much more effective. Like you know
that's
what
why
I'm
I said
saying?
the
Because
rounds
he
that
was
Loma
getting there
won.
first.
That's why I
Yeah.
said the rounds that Loma won was more announced and more clear. The rounds that he won was more pronounced. Like when Caleb and David Benavidez fought. Honestly, I had that fight 6-6 because I felt like
Damn.
it was two different. I felt like it was two different fights. It was two different fights. The first half of the fight, it was all Caleb Plant. He was schooling the man, and then after that, daggone what was it that happened? Was it the headbutt? It was something. Caleb got hit with something that they stopped, and then after that, he never recovered from it, and it was just a classic beatdown the rest of the way.
Mm,
Hmm.
What was it that
mm.
happened? What was it that happened in that fight? Was it? It was something that happened. I can't even remember. I don't know if it was a headshot or it was a headbutt or something. But something
See,
happened.
here's my thing. Like, if I want to watch a fight and enjoy a fight, I just want to do that. Now, if I'm scoring a fight, I cannot enjoy it.
You can't
Like, that's
score
the
and watch
difference.
it and be a fan at the same time. You can't do
I
both.
cannot. I cannot because I gotta be technical. I have
Okay.
to be technical.
See,
I
because you
have to
can
be
do Olympic
technical.
style. Because she do Olympic style scoring. So Olympic style scoring. That's every time you get hit, that's a point.
No, you can't. You can't grade like that though.
But that's how they grade the Olympic
Yes, I
style.
can.
In the
First of
amateurs,
all,
that's how
yes,
it's
I
graded.
can. Because if
Wait.
it's even,
You grade pro boxing like that? That's the question. Like when you watch it, you grading pro boxing like that? Like every punch you see? Because I feel like if I can see two punches land, but if I watch the other man eat the punch and I watch the other man damn near crumble from the punch, it's a whole totally different thing of criteria to me.
She's not
what are
wrong,
the
but
criteria?
I mean,
It
she
was round.
gonna.
Just Dude said it was round 9. Gary dropped it. It was pretty clean. I just pulled it up. It was
Round
clean.
nine.
It's clean. He got the link in the thing. It's clean.
I'm finna look at it in a second.
It's painted in a baby diaper. Well, you just change it.
I mean,
Look,
even
he
an
hate
even
Loma.
round,
He hate Loma, y'all. That's the thing.
even an even round where you feel like it should be 10-10, it literally is at the judge's discretion. Well,
It,
whose punches like if it's a 10-10 round, literally the judge can be like, I just like red.
whoa.
Literally.
Well, that's why you
Yeah.
gotta have ring generalship, especially in the pros, because ain't nobody got them pointers next to them watching for how many punches you get.
Right. That's what
If
I'm
you
right.
look
Thank
like
you.
you losing, you might get off in the beginning of the round, but if by the end of the round you look like you
See,
losing,
that's
you
what's
lost that
different
round.
with
Thank
amateur
you.
because
Thank you.
in
Right.
amateur, you can shoot shine on a person and end up
And
winning.
It's the
yeah,
same
yeah,
thing
yeah,
in the
yeah.
pros.
No, it's
Judges
not.
are different points of the table. Yes, they are. Yes, they
Yeah,
are.
they not
Because
right
you
there.
got
They
two on
spread out.
one
They
side, two
spread
on
out
the
the
other,
same way.
one and one. So they can't all see from the same angle unless it's the replay. And I believe in the replay. Does anybody disagree in the replay?
I
Nope.
mean, if you
Nah, replay
fighting,
is stupid.
let's say you're a fighter, you fight it up
Wait. Hold on. What ref during? I mean, not ref. I mean, what judge during a fight is sitting there looking at a screen trying to do a replay? It's a live fight. They
They
not gonna
all
do
do.
that.
They all watch the replay, buddy.
No. I'm talking about like under their own discretion. Like they got a thing they can
You're
sit there
you're
rewind it.
misunderstanding.
You know what I'm saying? Like no, they can't do that. Like they watching. Of course, the broadcast is as we're watching it. I get that. Yeah, if some get replay, they get to see it. But I'm saying they're watching it live, so they gotta take into effect of look if he hitting him and he's bloody. And the other dude hitting him and he's all right. That's more effective. You can't grade boxing on an Olympic scale if you're watching pro boxing. Those two fighters, they're not in there just swinging for the heel, seeing who can hit the other one
So let me ask you a
more
question. If
than
I
the
What
other
hit
if
you
two.
it's an
if I
accidental
hit you
elbow?
800
What if
times,
it's a
right?
headbutt? And
Look, if I
you do
hit
A
you
not
800
headbutt,
realize that
times,
a
until the
headbutt,
replay.
no, a headbutt. You can see it. No.
so
Well,
let me ask you
No.
a question.
Who
the
can
No.
ref
see it?
has to
Only
No.
the
verify.
referee can see it.
Hold
Only
on,
the
look,
referee can
No.
call
Want to
it.
know
hold
why?
on,
Want to know why? Want to know why? Because
listen.
at the end of every round, there's a
Hey,
doc that comes in the ring and
check this
looks
out,
at
right?
a cut and can determine if it was caused by a punch, a elbow, or a headbutt.
All right, then
You
check
can
this out
literally
real
Who
quick.
determine
determines
Real
that?
quick.
Who determines that? The doctor or the
Hold 1
referee?
second, please.
the
Hold
Who
on.
ring
Let me
determines
ask you
doctor.
a
that?
question.
The ring
Let me ask you
doctor.
a question, bro. If I hit you 800 times and you hit me 200, but your punches hurt me worse than mine did, but I scored 800 clean shots, do you feel like you're supposed to win? Even though
If
yours
Yes,
mine
did.
if mine was more effective,
yes.
and I had more ring generalship than you when I was throwing my shit, hell yeah, I was supposed to win.
See?
So the
Okay,
But,
so
doctor
but
I
that's
thought
how
he was
they,
not
determines.
getting hit.
but
I
that's
thought he
how
was
they
just not
score
getting
it.
hit.
okay,
Nigga,
so
look,
Especially if you fight in the promoter's favorite and
right.
he washed you with 200 punches, yeah, they're gonna give it to
Okay,
him.
well, what happened to hit and don't get hit, though? If I
You
hit you
gotta,
800
But
times,
what
you
are you
don't get
hitting me with though? What are you hitting me with? You just
okay, but I
constantly
hit you
jabbing?
800 times, so I hit you
No,
4 times as
baby.
much as you
The
hit me.
doctor has nothing to do with it. It's a referee's call. It's a
yeah, the ref
referee's
has to call
call,
it.
baby.
No,
The ref,
referee.
Yeah,
the,
it's
yeah,
a
the ref has
referee's
to call
call.
it
Ref has to
instantaneously.
call it, bro.
Once it happens, the ref has to make a decision right then and there, and then the ring doctor
And
will
then he
review
can
it after the
ask the
fact.
doctor, yes, sir. So
but
So
I
what
think
aggressive.
that I
if
think
the
too what I look at, sorry not to cut anybody off. I look at too as the fight is happening, how many times does the opponent or the whatever, both of them have to reset because that's important. Based on, shots that's being thrown. I also look at how many times because it could look like to the judges that or to the audience, like let's take the Loma and Devin fight, right? Loma was missing a lot of those shots. But
Mm-hmm.
to the audience, it looked like it was landing. He was landing everything. But when you go back and, you know what I'm saying, replay it, slow it down, he was missing it. So who do we give that round to? We give it to Devin for the simple fact that that's defense. You know what I'm saying? And he had Loma, but Loma did have Devin resetting a few times. So I look at it like that. That's how I graded off of, based off the with an addition to based off the how to grade a or how to
Score.
when it comes to box, yeah, score the rounds.
okay, now look,
See,
Paulie
see,
Malignaggi had no power. and that's why I brought this up.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I already know what you finna say. Great analogy. Go ahead.
Yeah, you know, he outpaces his people 3-1. And
Mm-hmm.
Najee, he can't break a bag. He can't
Mm-hmm.
gas.
Mm-hmm.
But they gave him a lot of wins just off the punch output. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So how do you feel about that?
Here's the thing.
Okay, go ahead. I'll go next.
All right, just like with the Devin Loma. The problem with a lot of Loma fans, they felt like he was getting some of the effective punches, but if your punches are effective, you have to stop the activity of the other fighter. That's you get credit for effective punching.
Generalship.
The problem with Devin is he kept his ring generalship. He was active
Effective
throughout most of
aggression,
those
yeah.
rounds. So whatever Loma was doing in his little activity was not affecting Devin. So Devin was banking those rounds in the early rounds. Of course, Lomas actually started going off in like around 9, 10, 11, but then he closed the show in the 12th. And that's all Devin needed. Just to show that I'm still here, I'm still the more active fighter, I closed the show. And it was a done deal at that point. Now
Yeah, Loma
if
took
you
off
can
the
be
12th round.
effective and be the more active fighter, you'll win.
Mm-hmm.
It's the problem when you got these guys who've been boxing the whole night, and then they get to the second half and they look like a total different fighter.
I got a great fight for him since he brought up Paulie Malignaggi. Paulie Malignaggi versus Adrian Broner, right?
Exactly.
I guarantee you, and this is just me remembering. I'm kind of young, so this is just me remembering.
I thought Paulie won that fight, honestly.
Okay. Paulie Malignaggi, in my opinion, I'm willing to bet right now my life damn near that Paulie Malignaggi hit him more than he hit Adrian Broner more than Adrian Broner hit him, right? Who landed the more effective shit?
Adrian Broner.
AB.
Adrian.
That's why AB won that fight. That's why I'm saying when you watch boxing, you can't grade boxing, pro boxing, Olympic style. It wouldn't make sense. It doesn't.
Hit Adrian Broner 4 times to 1.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it, they got on headgear, gang. It's so much more protecting them. So it's more that criteria. It fits that more. When you don't have on headgear. What do you mean? It's the criteria that they're grading boxing on. It's Olympic style versus pro style. Those are two different criterias, right?
No, I mean, yes and no. I mean, it's by the rounds, but I mean, a body shot still counts the same as a headshot. You're trying to separate the two. I see what you're trying to do here.
No, you said that you grade, you look at boxing, you kind of grade it on an Olympic style, right?
Olympic style was still graded on professional style, ring generalship, effective aggression.
Not
defense.
Really, because when you at the end of the night, they're not adding up. They're not adding up the total amount of punches landed and saying that person won. So no, that doesn't add up to be the same thing.
So you depend on CompuBox? Is that
no?
Is that what
I don't. I don't even look at CompuBox most of the time when I watch boxing.
Me either, and I don't even think
because you know it's round by round, right?
Huh?
Round by round.
The secret to pro boxing judging is that you have to win the story of the fight. That's how they judge it. When the fight's over, they go through the rounds. They look and say, okay, we're gonna tally up what's the story of this. Okay, he did this. He started off this way. He ended it this way. The other guy started off this way. He ended it that way. That's how they do it, and that's how they get some of these controversial decisions.
If that's the case, then Loma should have won.
No, sir.
No.
He
was close to winning, but he didn't win the story of the fight. He gave up the 12th round.
I'm gonna tell y'all what my coach tells me.
They'll change them scorecards right at the end of the night.
This is what my coach tells me. Boxing is a paper, my dude. Like it's like you writing a paper. If you want to keep it to that, right? You got your introduction, you got your body, you got your conclusion, right? That you can have, because we got 12 rounds of boxing. It's 3, 6, 9, and 12, right? That's 4 paragraphs. So the beginning, you got people that can win the introduction, but the body of the paper is where everything get real in the middle of the fight game. In the end, it'd be the conclusion. Who gonna close out the fight? It's that simple. So it kind of is a story.
Wow.
It kind of is a story. If you really want to make it out today, it really is.
That's Keith Thurman. First quarter, second quarter, third quarter.
Oh no,
Like,
no, I don't even like Keith Thurman. Motherfuck Keith Thurman. You don't even bring Keith
I don't
Thurman
like him
around me.
either, but that's the
I
same
hate Keith
mentality.
Thurman. But it is though. It's true though.
But that's how Keith became a star. He closed the show when he started fighting these better fighters. He would start off great, then you get a little bit of climax in the middle. Oh, you see him go back and forth,
Well,
and then
where's he at
he would
now?
close
Where's he
the
at
show.
now?
Problem with him is he inactive, just like a lot of them guys over there at PBC, because they got these big paychecks to fight, and you got to have big fights to get paid that way, and it's
Coach
hard to
Amber,
make fights.
Coach Amber, Keith Thurman is about to do probably another interview sometime.
He's
That's
an
a
Keith
fact.
Thurman
analyst.
about to be pregnant at some
Keith
point.
Thurman, an analyst, man.
Exactly.
He might as well be. I think he'll be great at it. I'm
Straight
tired of
up.
hearing him talk about
Yeah.
trying to
But
fight
here
somebody.
y'all are, pumping him up. But that's cool.
But
I
he
ain't
got
pumping.
his
I'm just
fans out
telling.
here who
He
mess
did
with
what he
him.
did. He did what he did. He beat everybody that Spence beat. He did what he did.
True. True. Can't deny it.
Speaking of Spence, how y'all feel about him coming back? I heard he in the UK. Is there any truth to that?
If he is, then he's probably with
AJ.
AJ. He's probably with AJ.
Thurman ducked Kell Brook though. He was supposed to fight Kell Brook. He ducked him. That's why Spence ended up fighting Kell Brook. So Thurman
Mm-hmm.
fight everybody that he fought. Honestly,
I thought they just wanted EJ to fight Kell Brooks, so
nah,
Keith Thurman stayed
Thurman.
away.
Supposed to be Thurman after Kell Brook took Sean Porter's belt, and Thurman didn't do it. So Kell Brook went up to fight Triple G.
If he's in the UK, I don't like that.
No, why not?
I can't confirm that, but I don't like that.
Well, I
That's
can
my first
confirm.
time hearing about it. But if he is in the UK, that's one thing I could think of is AJ.
Yeah, I was just gonna see over there with AJ probably.
And he over there with AJ training, but Derrick James is over there too though.
Yeah. They all probably went together, shit.
Don't like it. Don't like it.
Why?
Yeah, he don't like AJ. You don't want to get none of that UK sauce.
Thank you. Yeah. No fish
I
and
feel
chips
you.
for
I feel
you.
you.
No fish and chips for you. Yeah.
He think Errol finna come back with a whole UK accent.
Like Madonna.
No, that's not even funny. I just don't like. Bruh, I went to one climate to another, and all of a sudden I got allergies.
Oh,
I don't like. Yeah, I don't like Earl traveling around the world, and I don't like it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
They're saying that
Well,
they want him. They're saying that they want Earl to fight Lubin. Actually, that's what the new rumors are. Is that they're trying to set something up between him and Lubin at 154. I think that'd be a good comeback fight if it was to be true.
I like that.
That's a tough fight.
I like
I don't.
that. Damn, you
I
don't
don't.
like nothing.
Nah, I mean, if it
Nothing
happens,
from anybody.
I'll pay for it. But that's a tough fight.
I like that though. I ain't gonna lie, I like that fight. Even though Lubrin got away with robbery the other day, but I ain't gonna say nothing.
Can I explain why I don't like that?
Yes, go ahead, Coach.
I don't like that because if he fights him, Crawford's gonna play cat and mouse again. Hold him to it. If you lose double, cool. Still my guy.
Yeah, but he's still a human being. I don't think him taking two big losses back to back gonna do good for his physical or mental. I think it's better just to fight Lubin. If you're gonna fight Lubin, just go ahead and fight Lubin. It's a tough fight too, but I don't see him being budged.
You think that's a tough fight for him?
Yeah,
No,
I don't think so at all. I think he walks right through Lubin.
he gonna wash Lubin.
Yeah, I think you're being a little bit.
He gonna wash Lubin.
Nah, I'm
Errol
not saying.
at 154.
I'm not. Here's the thing with 154 and Errol. See, the things he got away with at welterweight, that's welterweight. You're not gonna get away with the same activity at 154. These guys hit harder. They're bigger. You're not gonna be able to just.
I think he will too. He will too.
I
He
would
will
put Errol
too.
You're
against.
not gonna be able to
will
just.
too.
You're not. He's gonna have to
Everybody
box a
can't talk
lot
at the
more
same
than he's
Lubin.
time.
used to.
Everybody can't
The
talk
fact
at the
that you're
same time.
offering Lubin, like, no,
But y'all
Fundura
gotta
or
realize Earl
Tenzu.
is like Broly. You
Tenzu,
know how
yeah, let's do it.
Broly's power was combined by that little thing. Errol Spence is only showing a fraction of his power at 147. He's killing himself. If Earl, that's why Floyd said
Oh, bro.
the best Earl will be 168 or 160 because if Earl goes up, then he can unleash more of his power. He's not only using but a fraction of his muscles. Earl
Yep.
get up there, his power is going to jump like Bud's did from 135 to 140 to 147. The higher Earl gets, the more he's going to be knocking people out, the stronger he's going to get. He has one of the bodies that's best suited for like 168, like Canelo. Earl can get up there because he's a big bone and he blows up. So
Yep.
Jermall Charlo, he has one of them thin frames. He couldn't do it. But Earl's a different story. That's why it kills him to make
If
147.
you never heard that, ha, ha,
Yeah, I don't.
make that bag cry. That bag will cry.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And look, Earl used to spar light heavyweights and heavyweights in his sparring champ. Because at sparring, he's about 170. When he first starts sparring, he about 175, 170. So he's fighting up there with their weight class. As he continues to spar, he drops his weight to get down to 147. So he loses his power in that pop. But yeah, Earl can compete up there with the big weights.
For
That's why I
sure.
wish he would have been moved up.
here's the thing. There's a reason why he has to move up to those higher weights. It's not because of power. I watched the videos of Earl fighting bigger guys. He's not hurting them. He's outworking them, and it's easier to do that when you got bigger guys, but they're slower and they're less athletic than you. See, when at 147, he was able to use his strength because he was a lot bigger than a lot of them guys.
No,
At
why Bud
154,
move up from
let me just
135,
finish
bro?
real quick. Let me just finish real quick. At 154, you're gonna have the same problems at 147 because he had problems with some of the 147 fighters who were a little bit even just closer to being as athletic as he is. Porter, for example, he's somebody who's athletic as like him, and he had a lot of trouble.
Because Earl
Bud
was
was
weight.
more
Earl
athletic.
didn't have strength and conditioning in
I
that
don't
fight.
want to hear about no way. Bud was more athletic
Earl
than
was not
him,
strength
and
and
he had a
conditioning.
whole ton of problems. At
Bro,
154,
look
you're
at
gonna
Bud at
have.
135. He
Let me
had
just
problems with
finish the
Gambo.
point, but let me just finish the point. This is not a butt point.
With him
At
and Porter,
150,
that was
But
personal.
see, I'm
That was
trying to hurry up and
personal.
wrap it up. But this is what I'm saying.
That was
It's
personal.
I didn't even
look
make the
at
point yet.
Bud versus Gamboa. He had problems with Gamboa because he was balling up his strength. That's what I'm trying to tell you. As Bud moved up, he became a knockout artist at 147 because he's using more of his muscles. We done went over that. That's what I was trying to explain. Earl
You stuck on the power though. The power is not that
okay.
important
What
for
Bud
him.
power
He's
look
a
like
he's
at
a
147? Bud's power has maximized from 135 to 147 because he's
Spence.
at his true
Spence
weight.
ain't lose to Bud because of power. He lost because he fought a more athletic person who's more skilled than him. So
Bro, you just don't get it, bro.
he couldn't use his athletic
Bruh,
ability and
if you
being a
only
bigger
can use a
person
fraction,
to.
if you can only use a fraction of your body, bruh, we done went over this over. If Bud was at 135, just like he struggled with Gamboa, this is Bud's. This is if he goes to 154, it's his fourth division. Earl's still in his first division in 12 years. You can't utilize your muscles, man. That's what y'all don't be
You saying
understanding.
all that, but I'm sorry. I watched the fight like 20
Okay, it don't
times.
matter what you watch, bro. Y'all don't understand. Y'all be seeing shit.
I don't see Errol Spence weight drain. It's the same Spence.
Okay, bro.
He
Okay,
didn't
well,
look
what was Bud at
slower.
130? So
He
if
didn't
Bud go
look
back and fight at
weaker.
135, would he be weight drained? That's what I'm saying. Y'all not understanding that, bro.
Hey, baby.
He
You
didn't
don't
look
box,
weight drained. Why do y'all think? But Spence
bro.
didn't
You
look
don't
like
box,
no
bro.
terrible fighter that night.
You're not getting it through your head. You don't box. I'm
I
just
don't
trying to
understand what
explain
his
it to
weight
you.
drain stuff come.
Hey,
First of all, he
baby.
never said
John.
he was. He never said he was weight
John.
drained. And he didn't
He's
look
not
weight
gonna make an
drained.
excuse, but everybody get your fight
He
applause
don't
when
need
we
no
get just due
excuse. He
on.
lost to the better
Hey, bro,
fighter.
get
None
your
to be
fight applause,
John.
bro.
excused.
I'm trying to rush you off so we can get just due on, bro. That's what I'm trying to do. It's past my time. Go ahead and get your final
John,
thought,
John,
bro.
John, John, John. Upper, can I ask one question, please?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm trying to get just due on because but go ahead.
John. Do you think that David Avanesian is a better fighter than Earl Spence?
No.
Thank you.
All I'm
Make sure
saying
you get
is
on
that
here
all I'm
early
saying
tomorrow, John.
it was. Yeah, I'll be here
Yeah.
tomorrow. I just say this one last thing, and then you can go to Just Do. All I'm saying is y'all giving EJ no credit. Y'all
Sorry, I'm
giving him.
laughing.
Y'all giving him no credit. He really didn't look that bad. He just lost to a better fighter.
Bro, you crazy as hell, man. They just
I don't
said
know. Y'all giving him no credit.
the man about died. And the man about had a heat stroke running up the damn mountain, bro. They said they had to stop because the man had a heat stroke running up the mountain before he fought Bud, bro.
He running up a mountain.
Hey, and that's another thing I want to tell people from Texas. They talk about that Texas heat. Well, Earl had that Nevada heat. That Nevada heat put him on his ass. People don't realize heat different everywhere else.
It's true.
That damn desert heat in Nevada is a whole lot different than that motherfucker.
That's that
Texas.
dry heat. That's that dry heat. Ain't no
Exactly.
moisture in the air at all.
It's
Just hot.
oven versus sauna. I am Texas made. So it's a sauna out here. I went to college out in Arizona, which is a desert. That's an oven.
Mm-hmm.
Oven.
What
It's a
is it to you,
completely different heat.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oven
So that heat was
versus
worse.
sauna.
So
Completely different heat.
So Earl training in that hot ass gym in Texas is like a sauna, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you saying in Arizona or Nevada, that's like a desert?
Or oven,
Yeah.
nigga.
You getting cooked out there.
Yeah, I don't like the heat. I'm sorry. I don't like being in the heat. I was from Florida, and that shit like that is when you in that heat in Florida, it's like you in a hot soup.
I talked to my daddy today. He said it was 119
It was
out there
122
today.
last week. Last week over there in Nevada, it was 122 degrees.
But you don't sweat out there in Nevada like that though, because there ain't no moisture in the air.
Yeah,
You ain't gonna
don't you
sweat
know
after
the
so
If you
long.
are not
You ain't gonna
human,
sweat.
you will sweat. It's different.
Yeah, I'm talking
It's
about
like
now.
an
Like after
oven.
so long, you not gonna be sweating. You gonna be
Don't
like,
y'all know
damn,
the week
what
of
the
the
fuck?
fight? The week of the fight over in Spain, they had 60 degrees Celsius, which was 142 degrees. They had
That's
people dying over
man.
there. It was black on the weather chart. It wasn't red. It went from red to black. That the week of that fight, they had a heat wave across the globe that was so bad in Spain. Y'all look it up. They had 140-degree temperature in Spain. People was dying,
Nigga,
and
you can cook a motherfucking egg on the sidewalk on that shit.
they said around Nevada it was like 118 around that.
Jesus.
And that says something because Bud had on sweats the whole time when he was in Nevada. He had on
Yeah,
that
Mm,
big
man.
ass sweatsuit and everything the whole fucking time.
man.
Gotta block them rays.
Cause I ain't gonna lie, I used to wrestle in high school and I walked around at like 140. I cut down to 119 one time. I'll never do that shit in my life again.
Yeah, I can't do with the heat. Even when I used to train, man, I used to try to train the AC, bro. Like I don't like the heat. The heat
That
makes me.
nigga, I used to try to train in the AC. Oh, wait.
Got
Oh,
rock.
shit. Now
Got
that's
Rocky over
funny as
here.
fuck. That's funny as fuck right there, boy.
I hate the sweat, bro.
Balboa, you're a bum. You can't beat him.
That nigga was traded like he was traded for Ivan Drago. Hell no.
Hey, bro, it worked,
That's
man.
funny
It
as
worked.
fuck, boy. Hey, that was the best one of the day right there, boy.
Well, I'm telling you, boy,
Yeah.
y'all motherfuckers ain't never been that Florida heat running them heels on the damn football field, bro.
No,
Like that
I
shit.
ran in Chicago. I'm from the Chicago. I done ran in a lot of moisture a lot of moisture in the heat, like, but I ain't never
Yeah,
experienced
bro.
that Florida shit before.
That shit like you in a suit. I'm telling you, you feel like you in a damn bowl of alphabet soup, man. You just like, God damn.
Man, I
Yeah.
can
We
imagine. I can imagine.
get a little bit of that in New York with them. I do the right thing summers. It get bad.
Oh, it get hot like that, New York, John.
It get bad. When the sea levels start rising,
Oh shit.
it get bad.
Cause that heat wave up here headed like 108. Y'all know what heat wave you talking about? You talk that shit up in the summer and shit. That shit
Yeah,
headed like
you said over the
108
summer.
here.
You in New
Yeah.
York? Did y'all get flooded?
Nah, not
Did
that
you get
bad.
flooded last week?
Not that bad. We got a lot of rain, but Jersey got most of it. Ha
And
ha.
I'm gonna tell you the worst heat
Damn, hold on.
I'm gonna tell y'all the worst heat that the worst heat that I've been in though. The worst heat that hit me the hardest. And now I've been in Florida, North Carolina, all that. But when I was locked up in the federal penitentiary, right? I
Oh
got sent.
shit.
Well, everybody know I did my time.
No,
I
I
got
know
sent.
this gonna be a fucked up story. Go ahead.
I got sent to U.S. Penitentiary, Hazleton, West Virginia, right? Hazleton, West Virginia, it's right there at the Poconos Mountains, right? So we on top of a mountain. They cleared off the whole top of the mountain. They got us up there. We like 2,000 feet above sea level and shit. And it snowed every month up there except for July and August. That's about June, all that. It was snowing because they had a ski lodge around the corner from us. But from July and August, that was a different type of heat than I felt in Florida because it was like we was right at the sun and the sun was on our neck. Like we were so high up, it was like the sun was on our neck.
Could touch that motherfucker, damn.
Well, I felt like you could touch the sun, man.
Could touch that motherfucker.
I remember they had
the hand of God.
They put us on mandatory lockdown because it was 112 degrees up there.
I don't know why y'all laughing because I live in this type of heat, but okay.
It was 112 degrees.
God bless you, Coach Amber.
It was 112 degrees on top of the mountain. They made us all go back to the dorms because people was passing out.
Motherfucker jumped too high in the air, could touch the sun around that motherfucker. Hell no.
Son was grinning all day, huh?
All day.
What do we have here?
Y'all are silly.
Hey, look, that whole summer I was like, man, I ain't going out to the rec yard, bro. I'm cool.
Oh God, fuck rec, boy. I ain't going. Fuck y'all, nigga. I ain't going.
No basketball today.
Hell no.
Oh, bro, fuck them weights. Fuck that basketball. Fuck all that shit.
How we gonna finish a 3-on-3 tournament?
Well, man, hey, we gonna have to play in the springtime or something.
No, we gonna play in the
tile.
gym.
It's cooler.
We got to play in the gym.
Yeah, we gotta play in the gym. We ain't playing outside of the blacktop. Hell no.
Wow. Oh man, I know white people be laughing, boy. Like, damn, they got a black people. All you know is how when black people got to go in the house.
They had to stop the soccer tournament, the baseball tournament. We had all the tournaments because we had leagues.
Mm-hmm.
We had a baseball league, soccer league, football league, basketball league. We had all the leagues. Like, you know, you got A, B, and C leagues, and you got all the teams. But yeah, when that summer hit, that first summer when it first opened, because it first opened in 2005, we was the first people there. Like, we was the first 100 people there, and then within a month, it was over 1,500 people there. That summertime, that was a whole different summertime right there.
Mm-hmm. Boy, I just said it, boy. You know it's hot when they make the niggas go inside, boy. You know it's hot.
Nah, it was hot because even my Spanish brothers came inside. They said, "Yo, Holmes, you know,
fuck that shit. Fuck that shit."
They say, "Muy caliente." Shit,
Diablo.
Boy.
They say,
fuck that shit.
Hey, but
I work out in the elements. I'm just saying, I work out in the elements, and I prefer the winter because I can layer up.
Hey, look.
Yeah.
But in the summertime, there's only so much I can take off without getting arrested.
And you know what, Coach Errol?
Without getting arrested, I prefer the cold. I prefer the cold.
Working out in the cold benefits more than working out in the heat because your lungs have to work harder in the cold. So your lungs.
Yeah, my shit be burning.
Exactly. So you build your lung capacity in the cold. That's why I be wanting to work out the AC. Like, Coach, just put the AC on. That's out there.
I still can't get over that. Turn it on the AC in the gym.
Yeah,
Hey, boy, Coach got mad as hell when I did that shit. Said,
I would have got mad, boy. That's why it's funny as fuck.
Coach said, if you don't get your lazy ass out there and put on that damn
I had a basketball coach made us shovel the court and play in the winter.
Oh no, you got me fucked up. No, I ain't hooping in the wintertime.
Shovel the whole court.
I would have treated his ass, boy. Hell no.
We'd have been playing half court that day.
We wouldn't have been playing no court.
Full court in that bitch. And they had them fucked up rims.
All them double rims?
The double rims.
Oh no. When no jumpers falling. When no jumpers falling.
The whole game, not one.
Nobody hit no jumpers. All layups. Yeah, you gotta have a perfect J. You gotta have a perfect J to hit on them rims.
Nobody on our team can shoot.
At least you being honest. At least you ain't come on here lying like, yeah, a couple niggas did hitting you. Yeah, at least you was honest, man.
Man, I ain't have a J since 5th grade.
Everybody give y'all final thought, man. We cut this just dudes time. He gonna cuss me out. Y'all, everybody give us final thought.
Oh man, my fault. Hey, I ain't got one today. I just want to say peace and blessings to everybody. Have fun and be safe, y'all.
Right. Y'all enjoy your weekend. Be safe. Blessings to you and yours.
Salute.
I guess Kiko, peace and blessings.
Hey.
Oh, go ahead, Kiko.
Sorry, you wanted to say something, Upper?
Yeah, I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna let you finish it.
Okay.
Peace, blessings to everybody. I appreciate everybody for coming out here, man. I see y'all. I might come over tomorrow, but peace, blessings to everybody. I'll let Keith finish it up.
Thank you for everybody for coming on. Thank you to Coach Amber. Shout out to John Norrie and On a Mission Boxing. Of course, the beautiful, wonderful, and talented, one of the greatest trainers, Rachel. And shout out to Nonito. Can't wait to see him in the ring again. Shout out to that whole boy, Soda Black. All things as always. Teach. Oh, and answer your question, Teach, that you have for me. You said, why would Floyd and Canelo fighting on the same weight class? I was saying that's an exhibition. That's all I was saying. I would like to see it. GMS, Vegas sit downs, William, of course, Nola OG, and Brock Howard, Original American, Rick Timms, D1, shout out to you. Shout out to Alexander Lyles, Kawhi Elliott, Eileen Ulick, I think that's how you say it, Strap Season, Akello, shout out to that king. And everyone that, if I missed you, my apologies. Shout out to everyone that came in. Y'all be easy. Opinionated Boxing, shout out to that queen. Oh, and 2 cents. I'm still waiting, 2 cents. I need your link to your channel because I cannot find you. But shout out to everyone. Upper as always. Yo, we did a thing here to have Rachel on the channel. That's super big. So shout out to you, definitely putting in the work. And I'm proud to, you know what I'm saying, be able to come on when I can to chime in. Shout out to Coach Amber, the GOAT. And y'all have a wonderful weekend. Stay blessed, man. Salute to y'all families. And we are definitely out.
They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. Raw Molly got me all up in demon mode. Mouth moving like I done put clean in my nose. Trying to catch me up, I can leave with some hoes. He standing straight up, watch I make him lean with this pole. Would've thought he was closed, how that heat made him fold. Thought it was a game, he won't think no more. His brain's gone, nigga. It be exciting when I get the strike. And guns sound like thunder, hit you like lightning. Fight for your life, we don't do no fighting. We really hit it, nigga. We worse than savage, they calling us Vikings. Police be riding, we still be sliding. Told you we hitters, remember the time. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really tripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really tripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. How about I leave them holding like the Bible? AR-15, that's a high-power rifle. A in the army and assassinate rivals. Break that shit down, nigga. AK or anybody kill. Hop out, keep it drilling and spilling. Stay on point, 6-2, gon' split 'em. LPN, that's for any fuck nigga. You a plug, then I'm pulling up, nigga. You my lunch, eat these bullets for dinner. 5 boy sale, eat 'em up, eat 'em up. SK, smoke killer for show. Drum rounds and cripple ops, Draco. I got them all, you don't want no. I got all those shit, nigga. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really tripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I can squeeze, leave a nigga bleeding. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason.